Hey there, universe. I don't know if this is going to be in the very long tournament video or a separate video all on its own. Probably the second thing. I'm gonna be honest. Editing is taking a lot out of me right now. But here is loads and loads of interviews from the Repo tournament I participated in. And we're going to start off with the main man, Coop himself, the one who put the tournament together. I hope you all enjoy, and I'll be seeing you and talking to you all in a second.
You can drop me, I can move for you. You don't have to
No,
carry me all the way.
No, I'll carry you all the way.
Fine. my real carry fast.
Gonna hit him.
Alright. Oh, shit.
Oh my god. This is crazy to watch.
You broke your...
Let me out of this freaking box! Ah!
It's a good timeout.
It's a good time,
You're not supposed to agree with this.
Sorry. I'm new to this. I'm just here. Don't worry about me. Here.
You should help me get out of this box, okay?
Oh, immediately to the right.
Get out. Holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm hyped to do this for sure. I know we'd been talking about it for a minute, so it is good to get it done. I'm just updating my title really quick. Interview with Zora. But yeah, what were you like? What are your main? I guess what's your starting question? I should say. What were you feeling like starting this whole thing off?
So the first question I have for you, Coop, and I got a little intel on it, I think, from Pidgeonn and Teff3n. What inspired you to do this tournament, like to host it?
Well, so the funny thing for me is in some ways it's kind of a yoink and pull kind of moment. I was watching the Twitch Rivals tournament that they actually did on Repo, and there were a lot of moments in it that I noticed creators and viewers not fully understanding what the like goal of what they were trying to get done, and it affected the players, affected people viewing. It kind of made it a hard experience sometimes because each round had a different point values. There was like one round, if your team died, each death was like 4 points off of a 40-point extra total you could get. But then the next round you weren't allowed to use a cart for the whole round. So it was very like strange point bonuses and stuff like that. So I really wanted to make one that was like a lot smoother for people to understand. And then also on top of that, truly just because I love the game so much, I felt like if there's anyone to like want to do it, and like it gives me something to like give back to my community as well. Since I played it for 170 hours, I've made them, watch it for a lot of that too.
Yeah, the hours we have on Repo collectively is a lot. Like I looked at mine, I'm like, oh, it's over 100. That's a lot of hours of Repo.
It's like honestly, and there is a little bit of me that's like happy to be done with the tournament because I think I'll move into more variety and keep Repo in the consistent, cycle of games to play. But it's nice to have like a little bit of a moment away from it just to focus on like other fun variety games. And then also, but then I'm excited to kind of get back into it because I kind of want to save myself for the tournaments every time now where I'm like, okay, when I get when we're like a month out from the Repo tournament, I really want to like kind of play a little bit more and, practice a bit and, learn more about where the game's at that point too.
I guess this kind of was answered in the question I just asked you, but why specifically Repo? I like you said you saw a tournament happen on the Twitch Rivals thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that was kind of
I think that like a little bit, but like I think like from a more core perspective, like Repo like is such a great game. I think in a tournament basis if treated really well with like the way that it's set up and stuff like that. Like I think when you're looking at like the RNG parts of the game and everything else, like yes, there's definitely RNG based that allow, you know, great players to lose, but I think that allows it to be such a fun tournament to watch, even if it does create, you know, rage inducing moments for some people, which I fully understand. Like there
Yeah.
was the moment for Teff3n when he got thrown into the pit by the shadow guy in the tournament, and it was just like, hands
Oh,
up, like what are you supposed to do, you know, like that is just one of those moments. But at the same time it kind of evens the playing field for everybody that's playing the tournament as well. And for that
indeed.
reason I think it's kind of cool to like have a tournament based around something that's so RNG based.
Let's not forget about Pidgey's Griffin incident. Do you
Dude, the
know about that?
Griffin is like, oh my god, I know. I remember I watched back on that actually in some VODs recently, and I felt for them so hard during that moment. Like it is, and I actually was. It's funny because like probably like 2 days after the tournament, I got into a very similar situation in a lobby where it was just two of us. We had no strength for either one of us. We had a Griffin at the bottom of stairs, like we just couldn't get it up. It was just like, what are you supposed to do? Um, so for me, like I fully understand that moment where you're just like, well, this round is screwed. Like we can't do anything. If the Griffin can't move, we can't do anything. So it's a bummer for sure. I feel for like the RNG parts of the game, definitely that's also part of the reason why I think a 3 round is really good setup for this. Like a bracket style, I do want to try on the next one, but I think it'll be really hard.
Yeah, I think the rounds
Hey,
was a good
thank you, Guam.
choice.
That means a lot. Yeah, I think the rounds allows everyone to get like, you know, have their best foot forward on at least one or two of those rounds, if they're struggling on another one, and it kind of allows you to like maybe get the RNG that also you might have needed in that round, which it's crazy because the RNG kind of went back and forth there between first and second, obviously, with like Hucklecat's teams, you know, your team second round getting, you know, such high values and that really slow. I think you guys got what was it? Was it a hunter and like a trudge that made it super slow or something like that? But from what I
Probably.
heard, your eighth round or your second round was pretty rough on time specifically, even though like you guys were on great pace in general. So
How did you try and find people to join the tournament? Like, how did you pick out people for the tournament?
honestly, it was mostly just you know, community throwing it out there, seeing who would be involved. Like it's, you know, a big ask to ask people to like not only be there on a specific day for 3 to 4 hours, but also then have people like practice for it, which like I wasn't really asking anyone to do, but I was really happy that to see like everyone really put their best foot forward in that way. But like I was not like I definitely was more trying to just reach out to the friends in my community that I've met so far and stuff like that, the people that I knew that liked Repo to the degree that, you know, we do. And it allows like people to like that may have always been playing in lobbies that were like kind of, you know, just more for jokes and giggles to like actually try hard for once. And I like pushing people in that way too, I think, for games, because especially Repo, most people are not going to go that far into that game, and so it's fun to have be like, no, this game has depth to it if you really want to like take it there. And I like doing that for a lot of like indie style games as well. I think that's been like my favorite content to watch in the last few years. It's just been watching people like break indie games or find ways to like speed run through them and stuff. It's super fun.
Oh yeah, I agree. I definitely went in depth with like all the game's mechanics and stuff and planning out plans for our team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and it's fun to watch everyone's like metas and stuff, because like a lot of teams were doing, you know, 2 scouts, and a lot of team would do like 1 scout, one, you know, 2 people back, and you know, 1 person killing, or you know, like there was definitely a lot of different choices that were made that definitely uh like were also like detrimental in certain times, but also maybe the right choice in other times, which is really just so Repo because of the RNG of the levels. You know, like sometimes that 2 scout method is just going to make it super fast, but if you get 2 things that are kill you super fast, then you know, and you can't fight back quickly enough, it's going to be over quickly for sure.
Oh yeah. What what teams did you think were most likely to win before the tournament started?
Honestly, like if I'm 100% honest with you, I think your team was always a like kind of a dark horse for me because of you and because Huckle having not been able to like you guys ended up being able to practice, but because he was out of town for the first weekend, I really was like very confident in Teff3n's team. Like seeing the practices they were running consistently were like really good. And then the other one that surprised me out of just like I think it was mostly because they only got to practice together, but Skippy and Mass team I thought had a great shot there to take it all. If they had like any more RNG play their way, like those two alone were making level 9, like level 8s, level 9s in the hour time. So I think that they could have easily had just like a little more things go their way. So like between those three, I think those were the most like prepared of all the teams, because and Devin's team as well with Wispy there, Wispy would have changed a lot as well. That was definitely a big hit to that team. And it was one of those where like, I don't know, I feel like there was already a lot of good talent there. And it also kind of came down to the day who performed, which was also a big part of it. Like I also saw Pidgey's team doing really well. Like they were on pace multiple times with you guys, and just something would kind of, falter at some point. They'd lose someone and, their pace would slow down a little bit. But yeah, no, Mass, like Skippy locked in for that tournament, and it was super cool to see like what you guys were doing together as a duo beforehand. I was super impressed with you guys.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I would say that
on stream.
Teff3n, I was gonna say I think Teff3n and you would be my go-to like teams for sure. Like Teff3n and Huckle's team were the scariest teams due to just practicing so much. You guys really had like metas involved, whereas some other teams were kind of throwing it together day of or day before, which is not their fault. Just again, not a lot of time to practice and stuff. I'm hoping the next tournament we will focus maybe a little bit more time beforehand as well. So,
what was the farthest you think anyone would have gotten in the tournament?
Dude, when I first made it, I thought 6 and 7s, if I'm honest with you. Like I was really like on the thought process that like because of how the teams were going to be balanced and all that, that like, the most people would be able to kind of accomplish, just because like even the best speedrunners right now are doing like a level 10 in like 50 minutes or 48 minutes, I think is the newest one I saw. And like that's solo, so you got more hands, you got definitely more things going for you. But it's crazy to see that they in an hour were like almost peaking to the point where some of the best players are right now, and that is like so much more beyond. As the practicing went on, I kind of started seeing those like 8s and 9s pop up, and I was like, okay, so we're expecting like at least 7 or 8s for tournament, and like 9s are going to be like the top runs if they happen. We may like I was honestly surprised in some ways that we didn't get a 10 due to just like how fast some people were moving it. Currently the fastest 4-player level 10 is 1 hour and 4 minutes. So yeah, Devin, like that's exactly like that really gives perspective on how fast these teams were moving to get to like 9 and 2. That is an accomplishment in itself in an hour. Like that is crazy. So I was really like blown away with it. And the fact that we had, both of your teams getting 9 twice and, both you getting 8 to really like round it out. It was cinema for sure. Couldn't have asked for better.
Did you think the tournament would be that close?
No, like no, never. I really was like on the thought process that we'd have some people, like one round the best team would get hit by some like truly hard RNG. Like having 3 rounds, I assumed everyone would have a pretty rough RNG round, but I think either you guys kind of soared through those RNG rounds and just made it like still a good like level 8 run. Or, in other cases, you guys would just, have truly good RNG. Like I think that those 2 level 9 runs, it seemed like your guys' RNG was just, hot, low extraction point money, and like good either drones or weapons to make sure that you guys were able to just move at a great pace, because that's the game changer in beta is just having guns and drones. You can basically just speed run the game at that point without thinking about too much.
Oh, definitely. What were some of your favorite moments from the tournament?
So like obviously sadly, it'll stick in my head because he failed. The Teff3n moment when he threw the nade back in his face will forever just sit in my face. It's one of my favorite moments. Honestly, popping into Skippy's team and the voice, like they were like singing some of the times. They had some of the best clips. I'll fully admit it. Skippy's clips were hilarious because like they were just like hanging out singing half the time, and for like to go to all the other teams like your team or Teff3n's team where they were so locked in, like almost no talking unless it was needed, like giving out shout outs and stuff like that. And then, I'd go over to Skippy's team and they'd just be like laughing and like singing at the top of their lungs. Let's think what else happened. Devin, oh my god. Leroy Chen. I was literally about to say fucking Cyber's team with when Cyber was like fighting Posty. I caught that randomly on stream and that was hilarious. Plus, like their vibes were honestly like, yes, they were down, but on that third one and the second one, they were kind of just goofing and gaffing a lot of the times, and it was really good to see that too. Especially after such a rough, like to deal with a rage quit is just never easy. So I'm happy that they were able to bounce back from that for sure. Obviously your clip of getting hit off the side right as you got brought back was memorable.
Yes, the cart conundrum. I see.
The cart conundrum. That one was so ridiculous. Like that was such a like I felt so bad for Huckle as a captain there, because you can only imagine as the captain of just like, oh, like I just didn't lock in enough. I'm too locked in. I wasn't thinking straight, and now here I am knocking my best teammate basically off the side of the edge instantly.
And my perfectly cut scream too, just
yeah, no, exactly. It was truly such a funny moment to like, because I totally missed that during. I think I like caught it like probably 30 or like 20 or 30 seconds after someone mentioned it, but I didn't see it in the moment. So seeing Hucklecat's clip was definitely, it was a good one. I liked it, but I feel like that was also for me when it came down to the clips and stuff. I wasn't like expecting clips to come out that were like, this is the craziest hardcore moment we've had, or da-da-da, because like the game doesn't like pace like that per se, unless it was like a crazy escape from the bus or something, or like escape back to the bus. But in general, it was more about like all the funny moments that happened just due to it being such a goof game that like, oh, I hit my teammate and now he's dead. That's most of the clips people take of us anyway when we play the game. So
yeah,
it's our mistakes.
Honestly. I remember I think it was the 1-for-1 Queen clip where it was Math and his teammate.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Skippy was
cinema.
1-for-1ing that tournament pretty hard. It worked out for her, and a lot of it like actually for their team just kept working out. So I was surprised at how well it was working. The other one too, I don't know if you saw the Pidgeonn one where they just got her back. She like was out like one room outside of where they got her. The huntsman walked into the room, and because she was already like half moving, she went to crouch and just slid off the edge.
I did. She actually showed me that clip after I interviewed her.
That was, oh my god, it was such a funny clip. Like I felt for her because I get it. It's just that little bit of movement tech where you're already moving and then you try to crouch like in that half a second you think you have because the huntsman's right there, and it's like, well, GG's.
Yeah, it does be like that sometimes. What about the technical difficulties? Like, what were your thoughts on all that? Because I think you said there'd probably be some here and there, especially considering it was the beta. But what are some?
Yeah.
More in-depth?
I think I'm surprised, first of all, at how well the game handled like disconnects. I think we only had maybe 2 or 3 during the whole tournament, which was like, I know Huckle at least had 1, but I didn't hear about many other ones happening. So that was a big golden plus, because you can't really make the game work any better than it does. But the other part of it for me, I think that went pretty well. I think I found a few ways that might make it go a little better next time, but just POV wise, I think it's tough on specifically my computer. I think I could tell as the stream went on. Ooh, sorry, my voice is dying. As the stream went on, it kind of started slowing down on the browsers in OBS, and so like they would get a little choppier as time went on, which was a bit of a bummer. So I'm trying to see some other ways to maybe make that a little bit better, because that was like the only thing I had an issue with. Is like probably the first 2 hours of the, or like hour and a half of the tournament went super smoothly on POVs, and then I saw some things getting definitely a little extra choppy on my end. So,
Yeah, I
but
found
otherwise,
Twitch
it was
kind of
pretty
does that
clean.
with mine too.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those, like, I didn't have browsers open, so that definitely saved my computer, because like if I had that many browser tabs open, I don't think it would have loaded as well. Um, but you know, I think I found, like, someone mentioned it literally the second I started upstream, like, and as I was about to like go live, so I was kind of like, all right, well, it's a little too late now, but there's Twitch, I don't even remember what it's called actually right now, but it's basically a website where you can put the username into the end of the URL, and it'll basically pop up a POV of as many streamers as you want, as long as your computer can handle it. So I'm considering doing that next time for duos, and having like a browser source open for every duo team, but we'll see what happens.
I'm definitely hoping it helps on your end because
Mm-hmm.
you put in a lot of work to this, and it was great being a part of it. And
Yeah,
aside,
it's fun to put together.
a little stressful, a little fun. Aside from the
Yes.
top two teams, tell me about
Mm-hmm.
the other three teams' experiences, because I know quite a bit about Teff3n's experiences, but I really didn't get
Mm-hmm.
to look too in depth at the other three.
Yeah, so like obviously with Devin's team and Posty's team there, Posty, Devin, and sorry, my brain is blanking right now. I'm bad with names. Um,
Same.
that team. I'll just go there right now. Cyber. Thank you, Devin. Cyber. I was like, there was a lot of, I actually had that issue multiple times during the tournament trying to set things up, and I'd be like, I need to go look at the team list again to make sure I don't mess anybody. Be like, just switch teams all of a sudden. But yeah, no, that team I would say was probably like my biggest like bummer, honestly, in the sense that like not their fault, but in the sense that they had so many like moments where like they didn't get to practice at all, which really just sucks for their team. Wispy had to back out the day of, which is obviously makes it a lot harder. You have a rage quit during, you know, the tournament, which is just super hard. But then to like watch them kind of grind back from like that first, honestly, that first round, I had like them, I didn't even watch a lot of them because I had no idea. Hello, Highland Warbear. Welcome in. But he like, I don't know, I feel like for them, they just had like like the hardest cards on their table, and they did their best with it. And that first round to get 7 on a round that they even reset on was like super impressive. Like I was actually like blown away with getting round 7 on that one. Because I had almost counted them out in that first round. I was super surprised that they had even made that comeback. So it was really good, like, to see that they were like still holding, you know, strong in the tournament. Obviously the next 2 rounds didn't go as well for them, but that's, you know, here nor there, in the way that like they still were there and performed super well for what they were kind of dealing with. I'd say that Pidgey's team was another team that I know that they were not feeling as comfortable even going into the tournament as much. I know that Pidgey felt weird about even being picked as team captain. She doesn't fully believe in herself as much. I had seen what she can do within the group. She used to kind of be the goat of Repo within our small, you know, within the Teff3n community, before I started kind of taking over and playing it constantly. So for a long time there, it was very much like we leaned on Pidgey, and a lot of times. So it was definitely a like easy pick for me, but I can see how she was feeling a little bit pressured by it. But then everyone else on the team, you know, Katie and Chantel and Cappy, like Cappy really stepped up for it. Like I was super impressed with how much like him and Chantel got to do a lot of practice before. And they were kind of like Mast and Skippy. They kind of became a duo for a bit. They're actually considering being duo for the next tourney, which is super cool. But yeah, Cappy and Chantel did a lot of practicing, and Cappy really started getting some tech down. And he played solo mostly before this, so I kind of counted all of his hours as double the hours because I was like, well, he like if you got to do solo in this game, you got to have the balls to be able to deal with it. So I kind of was excited to have him in it, and I was excited to see him try pretty hard, and they got really good together. But again, they didn't get to practice a lot as a team. I saw Pidge and them get to practice, at least the three of them, a few times, like probably the day or two before. And Katie kind of was able to hop in here and there, but it was definitely a rougher time for them to practice as well. But their rounds, I will admit, were going incredibly well. And I think I noticed this from every team, was that the first 3 to 5 rounds, you guys were keeping up with each other, like across the pack. Like it wasn't, no one was like taking control of that game until we got past rounds like 5 and 6, which is the biggest skill, change in the game. They start adding a lot more monsters then and stuff like that. You're dealing with more extracts. So it's just, that's the biggest jump in the skill of the game next to level, 9 and 11. So I expected that to be kind of the big changing point for a lot of teams, but it was definitely impressive to see how everyone kept pace together at that beginning bit. That was incredibly surprising to me because I was like, wow, like, especially because Teff3n and your team got to practice, enough to like be cohesive, and those teams were still pulling that off without having, the same kind of tech and stuff. So it was impressive.
Yeah, round 6 is where I'm pretty sure it doubles the amount of monster spawns on the map, so that's definitely a part of the skill ceiling per se.
Yeah. No, it is the biggest change in the game for sure. And then so yeah, they were all like on pace, and then like honestly, Katie had some good clutches there. Obviously Pidgey died, and I think they ended up clutching out that round too. So like, they had some good ones as a team. They had some good like team, bonding and through that as well. And I don't know, I was happy to see everyone kind of get along on that team. I had like, when they got picked, I kind of already started picturing the team dynamics, obviously, because I knew everybody personally. And it was just good to kind of be like, okay, they all kind of like, that was more of my wholesome team in some ways. Like I could see how they would all just get along really well and be super wholesome and stuff. And so I love that part of it for sure. And then of course, there was the fucking, I don't know. That was like the best part of it for me, honestly, is just watching people get to be together like that and stuff. It was cool. And I know I forced everyone together, but I think it worked out really well.
In the next tournament, while you
yes.
check things in chat, what do you think you'll do differently next time, other than the fact it's being a duo?
I will probably end up doing, so the main goals I want to do, so every tournament my goal is to change up what the points are, or what we're fighting for, what the end all goal is, because I don't want it to just be the same thing every time. We could just do a speedrun style tournament every time, but at some point, no matter what, there's always going to be a clock on whatever we're doing, so there's always going to be some kind of speedrun element to whatever we're doing. So for that reason, I kind of want to try to find a way to format it more for money on this next one. I'm still kind of workshopping that in my head. We've had a few ideas kind of starting to float around, but I don't really want to speak too much on it yet, just because honestly, I don't have a clear picture myself. But the big part about the duo tournament, I think that'll be awesome, is I do plan on people coming in with your prepared team. So, if you guys are sweats and you really want to like try to just blow this tournament open, I'm not going to say no to that, So yeah, and like Devin just said in chat, like most monster kills in the allowed time would be a great option. There's a lot of different ways we could format it, but I would like to see if we could do a max money, run somehow. But I'm still trying to figure out how to format it so that we could do that, because it's a little bit tougher, especially considering the whole thing we had issues with during the tournament where, if the file got deleted, we wouldn't be able to check, ending stats and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, that's definitely a hurdle.
I need to do a little more testing personally. I don't know if you were to back out right as you guys died, if the file would be deleted or if it would kind of be like a soft reset. So if we implemented that as an option, then people could basically save all their files and then we could total them at the end.
Yeah,
but I need to look into that a little bit more.
I believe
What's good, Fancy?
I believe as the last person dies, it automatically saves, oh, you died.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, so I think that's how it works. So I would kind of have to see some ways to figure that out. Or maybe we find, one mod to run during the tournament, or a 2 mod thing where like people, because the other one that was honestly something that I look back on and wish I could have done. I know it probably didn't work in beta, but to have the mod for being able to show the rounds on which round you're on, that would have saved me a lot of time and helped out a lot for sure. Yeah, no, Fancy, we're doing an interview about the tournament, just so you know. with one of the winners.
nobody's for the win.
Yes. Which you should be getting that very soon. I know Karma just opened up hers.
Yeah, I definitely need to check my mail.
Yeah. Repo, Fancy.
Man, it is.
But yeah, no, I'm very, very pleased with how everything went. I couldn't have asked for anything better, honestly.
Definitely been quite a fun and wild ride. It's the first
Yeah.
tournament I've ever played in, and I
Mhm.
won, which is great.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the best case scenario. 1 for 1.
No,
100% win
no.
rate.
I'm not the 1 for 1. We know who the 1 for 1 is.
True. But yeah, no, it was really fun to run. I think it's something that like I talked about it a lot during, but the unintended side effect of bringing a ton of communities together was super awesome. I couldn't have, expected to like have so many people. Like obviously it makes sense when you think about what you're doing, but I didn't really understand how much it would bring people together. And for that reason, I just, want to keep doing it for that reason. No matter if it's Repo or another random event that I want to throw. Like I know over the summer, my friends and I have jokingly talked about doing like an IRL tourney where we do like potato sack races and like field games.
That's always
so
fun.
yeah, so we'll kind of see how that goes, but in general I definitely want to keep adding bigger events and productions and shit. Welcome in, Bill, by the way. We're doing a little interview with Zora for our tournament.
Speaking of the trophies, I just got handed a package. I think I know what's in it.
Oh,
Yo,
well, look at that.
It came. It's here. Oh my god, that's so cool.
Go.
The
Let's
arms
go. I'm
move,
so happy.
the head moves. Oh, that's so cool.
Yep. I was so impressed with the quality of it, actually, like from a little Etsy creator. And here's a funny little side bit that happened. I afterwards basically reached out to him and said like, hey, thank you so much for these were awesome, they got used in a repo tournament. And they even reached back out and asked for the VOD so they could watch it themselves. And I was like, that is so nice of you. Like, no way. So yeah, they went back out and watched the VOD of the tournament. So I was like, that is such a cool little thing that they did not have to do, but definitely shows that they care as well about the game. And it was cool. It was really cool.
Yo, I'm so happy. I just got the trophy. I'm a happy human.
The timing during the interview is perfect.
I know, honestly, that's just perfect.
You couldn't ask for better. You could not write it up any better.
I couldn't.
Whoa! O2. Sorry. I just got a rate of 13.
Last questions. Are there any comments or things you want to talk about in closing for this interview?
I would just like to say, obviously, thank you for being there. Thank you for, being a member. Thank you to everyone that was, an awesome, player and took time out of their weeks and days beforehand to just practice and try in this tournament more than I ever expected. I really like, also thank you for going around and doing these interviews. This is super awesome. Like I this is something that I almost should be doing myself, and I'm happy that someone else took on that mantle because there is just too much content to be made on this. And I hope that everyone kind of gets their own content out of it because it was just such a fun experience, I think, for everyone involved. And yeah, I think just expect a lot more of these because they're such an awesome event building. Like it's so cool to be able to bring this many people together. And it's cool to also just get my friends to know each other because in the end, all I did was just bring a ton of my friends together, and now we all play games together. So no complaints here.
And now that we're done with that great interview from He Flew the Coop, we are moving on to the team/team captain that gave us the most run for our money during the tournament, and it is Teff3n. I'll see you there.
No, I'm good. Dad, you. Oh, no.
For your sins, Goose. For your sins. Long live the king, Mufasa. Hey, watch out, Envy.
Hey, you broke it.
Oh, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Teff. The ghost got me.
Be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
Hit that drift. Ooh, hit that drift.
Oh my god.
Big boy's around the corner. Right around this corner right here. Oh, he's right there.
Is Taco Bell open right now? Oh. Hey Siri,
Oh lord.
is Taco Bell open right now? Wait, you can do this? Wait, this is crazy. Wait, you can just do this? I can literally hold the match hostage. This is so stupid. I'll wait you
It
out.
would take a big fan of
Yeah,
holding up
no.
like this for
After
a
3
long
hours, you're gonna
time.
be tilted. Watch.
Oh damn.
No.
This is fan behavior.
You ain't even ready. You ain't even ready. Here, I'll say so.
Hello, Teff3n. How you doing today? I know I already asked that, but since we're live,
Doing good. Just happy to be here.
me too. Happy you're here. So, a few of the questions I have for you,
Mhm.
kind of off the top of my head because I haven't written them down yet, is one of
Sure.
them being, I saw in your intro video, you're kind of a jokester and team killer a lot, right?
Oh yeah, wait, can I swear on this thing?
Yeah, I can censor it out if need be.
Oh, I don't have to. Yeah, I mean, I'm a piece of garbage when it comes to repo. I kill my teammates all the time. I mean, kind of weird, but a lot of my most popular clips on the internet is usually just me terrorizing people on video games. So yeah.
Yeah, for this tournament though, it seemed like you really locked in.
Yeah. So I think that's sort of the dynamic that's confusing about me to people. Is for the most part I just like messing around and I play casually on games nowadays, but I do have a history of being serious on video games when I need to be. So like I've hit diamond rank on Fortnite, let's see, diamond on Apex, and then I was one game away from masters on Overwatch. So
Dang.
like when I need to actually try, I do think I have the ability to. It's just it's not so fun, I think, for myself when I'm playing that serious all the time.
Yeah, like you can't always play 100% serious. You got to add some jokes here and there.
Yeah, and I also just think the way I'm received by people, they have a better time when I'm not playing so serious. And so if everyone's having more of a fun time if I'm being silly, I'd rather that. So
That's understandable.
yeah.
How did you hear about the tournament?
Well, the person who hosted the tournament, he flew the coop underscore, is a new. Wait, sorry, don't mean to like shamelessly plug
No, you're
him.
good.
It's
You're
just
good. He's gonna
okay,
be in this
okay.
video too.
Okay. He was the host of said tournament, and me and Coop actually connected with each other a couple months ago on Threads. And I've sort of built like a little web of friends and other co-streamers, and a lot of them come through Threads. So I met Coop as a mutual on that platform, and we played a little bit of Repo. He told me about the idea, and we all kind of pushed him to doing it. And then, of course, he spent weeks on it, and so that's kind of how I heard about the tournament, as I was already a mutual with Coop before then.
Oh, that's great. I'm
Yeah.
glad you pushed him to do it. It was real fun playing in it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought so because like there wasn't. I think another thing that really helped push the tournament is Twitch Rivals recently held one for kind of the bigger streamers, and I think a fair share of us were feeling like, I bet that's super. Like we totally could do something like that just for like a lot of us who are friends or at least mutual of our friends. So
Yeah.
that's what we did.
I saw that I honestly have to say your movement tech was probably the best in the tournament.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, like I
Oh,
had some
thanks.
decent movement tech, but like yours was probably the best.
Oh wow, okay. I had no idea. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I was so locked in with like how I was doing and how my team was doing that I didn't really VOD review to see how well the other teams are doing. So I only kind of know of like what information people have passed to me. I know Huckle picked up some of my movement tech, which I actually appreciate so much. So my thought process going into the tournament is I wanted to stream when I had the energy of like my practicing, because I don't know, I'm weird and I'm the type of person that if I'm playing against someone, I want them to have all the information that I have. I don't like if I'm winning, I don't want it to be because I like was holding on to info that other people had.
Yeah.
And so I was actually like really happy that one of the captains like picked up tech that he saw from me doing. Uh, but are you interested in how I learned it?
I heard something about you looking into speedrunning tips and stuff.
Oh yeah. So as soon as the tournament was announced and I was pretty sure I was committed to it, I spent weeks just like looking on YouTube trying to find my favorite speedrunners. And a lot of the runs I watched were either solo, and then I started to transition more to groups because there was tech that was used more for solo, and it didn't really work that well with groups. So yeah, I just watched speedruns basically.
Yeah, I honestly, the speedrun tech me and Huck used were just
Yeah.
the run slide a lot. And when we saw
Mhm.
you do it, we're like, okay, it was after the tournament, but we were like, we gotta add this to our arsenal. It's pretty good.
Yeah, so that's what I noticed how the speedrunners would move. I mean, there was 3 movement techs I learned from the videos I watched. There was the cart tech, which is one of the things I was saying is just really better for solo runs. But if you hold the cart by its handle and then you look at the floor, spin the camera 180, you can use the momentum of the cart to push you faster than walking speed. So there's that, and then there's the when you're about to run out of mana, you want to use the like last little bit to slide because that gives you more real estate than just like letting your stamina run out. And then the last one was the tumble tech, and that honestly was probably what I leaned on the most as a crutch. But it's kind of funny because I that movement is actually too good, and my function for my team was a scout. And sometimes if you're just like autopiloting with that movement, you could literally just like tumble into a nun. And I did
Yeah.
that a couple times while practicing, and I had to figure out how to balance between like playing safe enough to where I just don't die as a scout, but still like fast enough to where I'm covering map.
Yeah, I believe at least I saw and me and Huck saw a little bit of the cart tech, but we really didn't use it much in the tournament.
No, it's not good as a group because like the thing with the car tech is if you're coming around corners or even just moving in general, you don't have the best control of it, so you can easily like run into your. That's what I was noticing because I was using it a bunch. And fun fact, my team was actually having me run cart at first, just because I was the only one who knew that car tech.
Hmm.
But I noticed that like it made me too fast to where I was knocking over teammates. They were dropping. And oh, sorry.
You're
And
good.
then it was just like doing more harm than it was doing good. So Yeah.
Yeah, and another cart tech I wanted to ask you about is how you're using it to kill monsters and jumping on them. Like, tell
Oh
me more
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
that was another thing I saw in the speedrun video. So one of the weaknesses I felt in my gameplay is I didn't know how to kill monsters fast enough or in enough ways. And it kind of sucked when because we assigned roles for my team, and Nvidia, who's one of my friends and moderators, she was the monster killer.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of sucked when she was the only one who was able to kill monsters with like gun, or like if we picked up monsters. But I found the best way, or at least one of the better ways when watching stream speedrunners, is you trank a monster and then you grab a cart and then you just bash the cart on the monster over and over. And I found that to be the best way because you can do it like really quickly, and also you don't need strength, so you're saving on buying upgrades.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you need no upgrades. You just need the cart, and you don't need to expend any more like charges or guns or any more trank shots. Because if you do it right, you just need one trank shot, and then the monster should die by yourself too. And then jumping on it, I don't know if this is like exactly like a mechanic in the game. I feel like it is because I've seen it register a couple times when
Yeah,
I was jumping.
I
I
saw
think it
that.
just depends on how, like, I don't know. It probably just depends on how high you're jumping, the timing of your jumping, and how the monster is positioned. But I just did that to get extra damage in there so we can kill the monster faster than just like only car bashing it.
Yeah, that's something I definitely want to look into myself because
Yeah.
that was interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Wait, so how did your team kill monsters then?
So Huck was really good with taking input from the whole team because
Hmm.
I had different strategies down. I had given us different roles. Like
Hmm.
I was the main monster killer. My
Oh,
role
nice.
was
Okay.
the dispatcher, right? I would be like,
Okay.
"Hey, go to this room, go do that. I'll get these monsters." So I was kind of like the killer scout in a way.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And Huck was the secondary killer scout whenever we got enough weapons and stuff.
Oh, great. So were you running multiple weapons then for both you and Huckle?
Oh yeah, we were running multiple weapons like the bolt zap plus the bat, just killer
Yeah.
combo. Just a regular pistol, few shots to the face, pretty
Really?
nice. I also got up to 4 strength usually, so we didn't have to waste
Oh,
ammo
wow.
on the lower tier monsters.
Yeah. So that's actually so different about your team and my team's strategy. So like we actually had a dedicated strength person. So and it wasn't me. In fact, for the most part, like with how my movement tech and my mechanics were working, I pretty much could go, I would say, the whole game without using upgrades. And then we prioed strength on one of my teammates, Manny. He was the assigned heavy item person. And then Nobi was cart. Nobi got any leftover strength once Manny got enough.
Hmm.
And then we prioed stam speed for Envy.
Yeah, I saw you guys used the upgrades quite a bit. Ours was kind of oddly a minimal upgrade one. Like we only each got
Really?
one health upgrade, maybe a
What?
stamina or two. Yeah.
So, I don't know if you caught this. We did use upgrades a lot, but we didn't use health or stam maximum that much. And it was to boost the RNG. I don't know if you know like how it works in Repo,
Yeah,
but
the shop RNG.
yeah. So we would boost that, and we would get a bunch of health and cheap stam maxing early on because it was cheap, and we just leave it in the ship for those earlier rounds. That way we can guarantee the better upgrades that we absolutely need. And then later on, when we just had an abundance of money or the time there wasn't a lot, we would start using those stat maxes and healths.
Yeah, I could tell you were using some shop RNG, which was nice. Because it's not really a
Yeah,
glitch, it's just RNG manipulation.
for sure. Yeah. And then it's interesting. You say you're using the zap and bat. I have no idea how the mechanics work for either. That was one team, or one thing my team had no idea is melee weapons. We didn't use those at all, and then we didn't bother seeing how the zapper works. So it's good then, or
So there's a few new weapons in the beta, right? Because maybe
yeah,
they'll
there's a
keep them,
cannon
maybe
thing
they'll
too.
remove. Yeah, the can. I don't think anyone used any of the cannons or.
Nah, it's not
No.
worth it.
No.
Like if you're talking about the economy of how much you need for everything else and just the cart space it takes up, it just did not seem worth it for a speedrun.
Yeah, not the way the tournament was handled. No.
Yeah.
But the prod zapper, which is the zapping melee weapon, is
Mhm.
decently well. Can kill things quite quickly with it, and it
Oh
stuns them
wow.
too, so they can't get back up. Same with the
Oh
bat.
wow. What? Really?
Yeah. It's you also got to be careful too because the range upgrades now affect melee weapons, which is great if you don't want to get close to them.
Oh, okay.
But if you scroll too far away and like, I'm gonna hit them, why is the
You
bat
could
behind them?
whiff.
Yeah, you can whiff,
Yeah.
right? Luckily, we really didn't do that. And the
Good.
bolt
Okay.
zap, which is the zapping crossbow,
Yeah.
stuns them, but stuns them for a very short time. So you gotta really combo it with something else like a
Oh, okay.
grenade or a bat or a prod zapper or something like that,
Yeah.
or a gun.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering how that would have affected my team's money if we also went into melee items as well. I still think it was fine. If you want my honest opinion, I think what would have went the farthest for my team in the tournament is having better RNG on drones. I don't know if you saw the footage for my team, but we got nothing for drones.
Oh no.
And I think that played a role into how many big items we were actually able to extract. I mean, how much faster it would have made us on the third and fourth extraction. Because in our best runs, the person who is actually supposed to run drones is me. And if you pair my movement text with drones and big items, you can imagine how much more money that would have added to
Oh yeah.
extractions. And so I think that personally probably would have been the most beneficial for my team, but I am curious to see how melee would have affected it too.
Yeah, for my team, we got decent luck on drones and pretty good luck
Yeah.
on the melee items. Now, the
Mhm.
first round, you know how I feel like everyone in the game just sped run it the first round, right?
Yeah.
My team didn't do that. Our goal was to get to 16K in an evac.
Oh, the first one? The
Yep.
first wow. Okay, and what was the point of that?
So that was in order to get like enough health upgrades to make sure our team didn't really die as much. Because when you're down a person, that severely limits the, team play, right? As well
Mhm.
as maybe we can get an early gun or more upgrades, that sort of thing.
Wait, sorry, excuse me. Who is on your team again?
So Huck was my team captain. Then there
Yeah.
was obviously me. We also
And then
had
Karma.
Karma Wolf and Clavin. I feel like I always pronounce his name wrong because I did quite a bit when we were
Okay.
practicing.
Clevin isn't a content creator or anything, right?
I don't think so. Not to
I
my
don't think
knowledge.
so, because I was okay, good to know.
I could be wrong.
I don't think so, unless they're a YouTuber, because one of the things I promised on the tournament was gifting out Twitch subs, and I know Huckle and uh Karma Wolf were Twitch streamers, and then I knew you weren't a Twitch streamer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was a cool thing for you to do.
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't mind. I just I mean, my first priority was just like to have fun with everyone else, but I think it felt nice to add a little like cherry on top for the people who won. So
Yeah. Man, it was such a close game though, and I was falling asleep one night and I'm like, I wonder how we did get so much money. Like, was it RNG? And I'm like, wait a minute. It's probably because we kept killing all the monsters.
oh yeah, oh wow, okay, I didn't even think about that. So that was something I was thinking about too. I was like, what difference did their team make versus my team to have like sort of the same pace, same like round average,
Mhm.
but they're like like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You guys blew us out of the water on money. So one thing I thought of like I just have seen the statistics on our rounds versus our rounds with drones versus no drones. I know that definitely had a big difference, but I even think about like monsters give so much for those orbs, and if
Oh
you
yeah.
have two people running weapons and then you're also doing melee weapons too, which like we only have one person technically running a weapon, so I didn't even think about that too, the drones and monsters. Okay.
Yeah, what definitely helped was making sure everyone had like 120 max health,
Yes,
so they can
absolutely. That
survive a
was
big monster shot and things.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we put max health on me and Envy because she was supposed to be the monster killer and scout, so we wanted to make sure she didn't die while scouting or killing monsters. And then we put 120 on me as well because of those times I told you where I was just covering map too quickly and
And then
I
you'd
can't
fall
account.
into a robe.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a ring around the rosy with a robe in one room during the tournament. I'm like, all right, just go around the center of the room.
Really?
Please don't catch up.
Yeah, there was a it's kind of funny. I was dealing with so many first time things, which is sort of frustrating. But during the tournament, so like what's the uproar? What's that one thing that
Upscream.
screams you into the
Yeah.
yeah, so upscream. I don't know if you've seen the clip of me, but I was hiding under a table in a room and I was looking to go like leave the underside of a table, and as
Hmm.
soon as I did, an upscream dropped down onto me and then it screamed me into the bottom of the table and I hit the table and stayed on the floor.
And you got
And
juggled there.
what was that?
And you got juggled there.
Yes, yes. I got juggled there like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
It just kept going.
I
What you
I
say?
noticed that during
Yeah.
some of the newer rounds. Like if it screams at you and you're not flung away, at least you don't lose health, which is nice. But you're
Yeah.
stuck there.
Yeah. It's just funny because I'd never seen that before when that happened. And I was like, what? What is this? I'm trying to think. There was another first time thing I've never seen. Oh, it really sucks. I wish I would have practiced this like enough. So it was just like perfect circumstance, really. So okay, so overcharge mechanic, right?
Yeah, I think I remember you got overcharged when trying to throw that Reaper in the pit.
Yes, and I can explain why that happened. Okay, so my role is not to kill monsters typically. It's supposed to help Envy kill monsters, but I'm not usually. And so I have never really grabbed monsters, and especially grabbed monsters with the overcharge feature. And what happened is in the first round, our person who's supposed to be the designated monster killer DC'd. So we're playing with 3 players. And in that round, I had to take over the role for killing monsters. Well, I slept, or I think I slept a Reaper if I remember right, and then I went to go throw her off in like the new maps like board room where there's like a
Yeah.
bunch of boards crossing over each other. And I found out the hard way that like when you hold for too long and you max the overcharge thing, your character will like pass out or something.
They get flung up in the air.
Oh, really? Okay, so then I must have just got flung and then I fell. And it
Yeah.
just sucks so bad to figure that out, that mechanic that like I probably wouldn't have had to find out how to use if we had our 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things we did, right? Because
Mhm.
I really looked deep into the game's mechanics,
Yeah.
is while I was scouting, I never really went too far from the group because when you start finding more rooms, especially since we never really got past level 10 in the tournament,
Yeah.
it spawns the monsters quickly, and that brings in
Oh, I
its
didn't
own
even think
problems,
about that.
right? So
Okay.
we kind of went room by room as a team, kind of, just making
Mhm.
sure we got most of the stuff we needed, going
Mhm.
there and so on. And that was one of my roles as dispatch to be like, all right, check that dead end room first, and then we'll go this way and that way, as well as killing
Okay.
monsters.
Wow. Okay. We played so differently. I don't know if you see my footage, but I was like deep into 3rd,
Oh
4th
yeah,
extraction while my
I
team was
saw.
still on 1st, 2nd extraction. And I don't know. My reasoning was like I'm confident in my 1 and 2 Manny and Nobi not dying in the earlier rooms, and I'm confident enough in my ability to not die even without weapons on the later rooms. And
Hmm.
I thought it would be valuable to at least mark where extractions are and where heavy items are. And then if I die, the trade-off is at least my team knows where the extractions are and where like all the items needed for extractions are. So that was kind of our team's reasoning.
Yeah, I think that's a valid way of doing it. But you can also, if you really look at the map, even with
Yeah.
the things kind of grayed out with the question marks, you can
Mhm.
tell which rooms are evac rooms if you look real closely.
Yeah, I was noticing that. So, that was something I was kind of picking up on because, I mean, I was like looking at the map all the time when I was going into these, what is it, extraction rooms, but I didn't know how to like put it into words for my team what to look out for. And like I said, my strategy was just for me to find those rooms. So I guess it was just good that I picked up on that.
Yeah. And hey, now you
But
have a way of explaining it.
yeah, I think you can notice that I was like clocking it too, because if you watch back the footage, there'll be several times where I'll call out where I think a room is, and I'm just basing that kind of off of how the layout is,
Yeah.
and for the most part, I'd be right usually.
What other things? Oh yeah, the shop, right? My
Mhm.
team at the shop,
Yeah.
we would send Huck and Clavin up to the attic, and
Yeah.
I'd basically be the one choosing what we need with input from them every once in a while here and there. Like there was one
Yeah.
time where I'm like, all right, we're gonna get a cart. I'm like,
Mhm.
well, we could also get the bat. Executive decision, guys. We get the bat to kill more monsters or the cart, and
Nice.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I was mainly the guy to pick the weapons, the upgrades.
Okay. Nice.
It was a pretty well-oiled team because I heard a lot of people didn't really get to practice as much as a team.
Yeah, that's one thing I feel a little bad about, and I think a lot of that was due to tech issues, but on top of I think time zone differences. Because I was watching into, I mean, I know two of the people on that team. I don't know the other two, but there's a team with Chantel and No Capybara, and I know both of them because they're streamers and like I've just talked and gamed with them before. But their other two, I think they might have been EU players because while they were playing, the other two had to practice separately
Yeah,
because of time zone.
that definitely
Um,
puts a little harder scale into things too.
yeah, and I don't even know how you really like account for that because I feel like a lot of the practice was during the week, and I don't know if you can exactly meet in the middle with EU players on like a work week versus like easily doing it on a weekend.
Yeah, I think it just depends on people's schedules, really.
Yeah. Um, yeah, did you see what my team ended up doing for the shop? Because I think our strategy was different than yours,
Yeah, you
your
guys
team.
definitely used a self-destruct exploit, I want to call it, I guess. Exploit to quickly
Yeah,
get out of there.
yeah.
But I think me and Huck were talking, me and one of the other players, and we're
Hmm.
talking about it. I was like, yeah, that's a way to get quickly out, but like, you kind of sacrifice on having to grab everything yourself if all your teammates explode before then.
Hmm. I thought it worked fine for. I don't know. Here's the thing. So that is one strategy I could not decide what was better because I've seen both, and from the same speedrunner that I watched. So I would see them sometimes where the other three would SD, and then the one person would just do quick shop quickly, and then SD after shop is done. But then I've also seen moments where like all four of them will grab everything that they think they need for the team and then they'll all collectively SD. So honestly, I couldn't tell you which is better, like after looking at footage. But what my team ended up doing is we kind of did a mix of both. So what was happening is during practicing, they would all SD, and then they would give me a little bit of information that I needed to get like items that they prefer. But what was happening is they would sometimes talk over each other and I retained no information. And then I was like, okay, well, I don't know what to get them because like they SD'd and then they talked over each other, so I don't know what to do. Um, let's see.
Yeah,
Or my memory is like not one of my strong points. So like there'd
same.
be times where I forget items. And then my team would, I think, feel discouraged because they'd be like, "Oh, I kind of wanted this thing," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Like, my strength is not my
It's not
strong point.
memory.
Yeah, and then unfortunately with me running solo shop, like the burden of remembering every single person's desires and like but also prioritizing which items at when, and then you also have to account for upgrade RNG. It's like, I don't know. I thought it was like four minds at once kind of situation. And I was like, all right, well, I think the solution to this is you guys get the health that you need. That way I don't have to like try and hear you guys talk over each other for what health you need. Just grab the health that you need. And then while you're grabbing the health you need, tell me the specific upgrade that you want or item that you want. And then I'll remember that way. And then that's what we ended up doing. They'd grab the health that they want, tell me what item that they need, and then they would SD, and then I would run the shop by myself.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way of doing it.
Yeah, I thought it was quick. I mean, when I was looking at the I mean, I guess I'll have to compare it to the other teams, but when I'm comparing it to the footage I saw on like speedruns, I thought it was good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it was slow.
Hmm.
It's definitely hard to figure out what the fastest way for the shop would be, especially in
Yeah.
a team setting. I
Oh
think
yeah.
my team was pretty cohesive on being okay with letting me grab what we need specifically. Like there would be
Yeah.
some times where Kamala was like, "Hey, can you grab me some health if possible?" And be like, "Yeah." Sometimes she didn't get it, sometimes she did, but I think
Hmm.
the team was pretty good set in their roles, so to speak, their class
Yeah.
system.
Yeah, that's the hard part about how my team was running things is there was multiple things that could be like desired by multiple people. So like what is it? Envy would want sprint speed, and then what is it? Manny would want strength, but then nobody needed to get strength 2 after Manny. Uh and then health just depended on, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like there was moments where multiple people needed something and it slowed us down. But
Yeah. One of the main things in our strategy, which really wasn't specifically talked about, but I feel like we did pretty well, is, not dying and making sure we survived most of the time at least.
yeah.
Because my team did pretty decent at not dying on top of me making sure the monsters were dead, so they didn't
Yeah,
have to
that's what
deal
I
with them.
noticed. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of deaths on your team.
I there's this one spot in the tournament where Huck killed me with a cart as soon as reviving me. And it's the funniest thing.
No.
He made a small clip of it. I made a edit of it. I'll have
Mhm.
to send you it after the interview's done.
Yeah, definitely. That reminds me, did you see my biggest blunder in the tournament?
Was it when you tried to throw the grenade up the stairs but you
Oh my
missed?
god. So that was another interesting thing is I'm never usually like before this tournament, I never was the one killing monsters. The way I played, I found it more fun just avoiding them altogether and just like beating the levels that way. And so like that was just something I had to get used to. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I never bothered with killing monsters, I never practiced the mechanics for grenades. And so in the tournament, like what you're seeing is me getting used to how the grenades work. And so what happened is I go to push a room, there's Huntsman, he shoots. I don't really know how I don't die there. I think maybe the railing that I slid under like caught the bullet, but like really I did not see anything that should have stopped the bullet from hitting me right there, but whatever. I slid under a rail and then went to the bottom of the stairs. I pulled out the nade I had and then I went to go throw it upstairs and instead of like throwing it up the stairs, I threw it back onto myself and then and blew up. Thankfully, it didn't kill me. And what's kind of funny is I found out after the fact that I actually still hit the huntsman. And later in the tournament, when the huntsman fell down the stairs, he actually died from the fall damage. So
Oh,
I
that's funny.
still technically got the what I wanted out of that nade. It just obviously was like sloppier than what I wanted.
Yeah, I watched that footage and I think I remember it actually like staying in the room with you kinda.
Yes,
Because I feel
yes,
like
you can
you
see me
slid
twisting my face.
slid too far to the right with your mouse instead of sliding up to throw it, up the
Yes,
stairs.
yes. Um, yeah, it stayed on the stairs too after I blew myself up, so I had to like stifle my laughter too. So if you look in the clip, you can see my eyes like borderline shut because I'm trying hard not to laugh and get myself killed in a tournament.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But
And then sorry, just one more thing. And then
Yeah,
there
you're
was
good.
another clip of me like joking with the people watching me how much money to throw the tournament. and because I was scouting, I went to like the third or fourth extraction, and then I was waiting for them to finish the earlier one so I could activate it. While I was waiting, I was like, "Yo, chat, $50 for me to throw myself off for the tournament.
I
Throw the tournament,
mean,
$50."
hey,
Then
$50 is $50.
that's what I'm saying. I'm just joking, but and then it's so funny because while I was saying that, one of my teammates walked in on the room while I was saying that. I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up? What's up?" And then she was like, "Turn around." I was like, "Turn around." I look and she's holding a bomb, threatening me. So that was another funny moment.
Yeah. But I think we've gone on a pretty good amount of time. Is there any closing statements or thoughts about the tournament you have?
Sure. I'm just happy and grateful for He Flew the Coop underscore on Twitch for even holding this tournament for us. I mean, it's nice to kind of have events that are similar to the mainstream ones happening, but for us smaller like creators that like people might not see. So it's nice that he spent all that time, and he spent like a lot of nights like putting prep work for the tournament over his own content creation. And I think a lot of people don't realize how much time goes into like admin for these events because you have to like figure out schedules, and then you have to get that many people interested in the first place. And then I don't know if you saw, but you saw a couple people, and even in this tournament, like kind of wanting replacements. And so it's accounting for
Yeah,
stuff like
there's
that.
like a few problems, like someone had a family emergency, someone's power
Yep,
went out.
yep. And then it's also like making the rules as we're going to make sure that it's fair for everyone, and then
Yeah.
also making sure everyone even understands the rules. But anyways, I could go on and on. There's a lot of work that Coop put into it, so I appreciate him doing that. I'm also just thankful for all the teams and players that spent time like practicing for it, prepping for it, posting videos, sharing it. And then also I appreciate like players who actually spent good time like making it a fun tournament. I don't think it would have been that fun if like one team just like absolutely steamrolled everyone else. I think that would have been kind of a bummer. And if I've been saying this to multiple people. I don't know if it's like the most popular opinion, especially because I'm a captain, and you would think like as a captain, like first and foremost is being competitive and wanting my team to win. But I really think the way it played out is exactly how it should in terms of like what makes the best content. Like, I mean, it literally was, I think, the most picture perfect you can get
Yeah,
for
you gave us a
content.
run for our money. I was like, oh, we've got this. Oh, we've
So,
got a contender.
right. And like I'm not even like trying to be cocky, but I was looking back on Coop's stream. There was I think in terms of like which team I'm feeling a lot of people wanted to win the most, it was probably my team, and I think that's what makes it even better. The fact that I didn't win, like I don't know. There's something like poetic about that a little bit. Like the fact that I had someone DC was actually insane too, and we still placed second first round was nuts.
Yeah.
The fact that another team had a rage quitter, like that adds a whole dynamic to it. Like, and then our teams literally having the tiebreaker on money on the final round. I don't know. I thought it was a photo finish tournament. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It was definitely like, oh, dang, these guys are pretty good. We need to lock in.
Yeah, I mean, I will say from what I speculated, which teams would be an absolute problem. Your team was definitely one of the ones I was like, all right, we gotta be making. I don't know if you could see it back in the footage, but during the tournament, like there's times where you could be like, all right, guys, we just have to do better than Huckle's team, and it's not like. I'm not like trying to be mean. I was just going off of like the placements at the time, and
Yeah.
really like the people who were like neck and neck with us was your team. So that's who we got to be. Yeah,
I feel like everyone did a pretty good job, honestly. I think everyone got to at least
for
like
sure.
round 6 on all of them, which was great, honestly.
Yes. So I absolutely I think so because like when I was talking to my team, I was actually speculating that some teams would do worse than that, like a couple times, and none of the teams did. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty sick.
Yeah. You know, also, something I just remembered. The up screams. We got a round where we had triple up scream.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
What'd you do to deal with that? Because we luckily we had no bad RNG with monsters, which is so lucky.
You see, you don't have to deal with 3 up screams if they're dead.
Oh hell yeah! So you just killed them off for your team?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. By the way, if that happened to my team, I think it would have been an absolute mess. I've noticed for a lot of our bad runs, it was when we got a bunch of monsters and when we just have one person as designated killer, and she only became a killer like later into the rounds. Rounds like that early on really put a stop on our runs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that is pretty much all the questions I have for you, Teff3n. Thank you for showing up and doing this.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for participating in the tournament and for interviewing me for everything that happened. I appreciate it, Zora.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna end the recording now. Next up on the list is another, I believe, another one of the people who have streamed and played together with Coop and Teff3n in the past. Don't quote me on that. I haven't really truly looked into it, but I know they've played a bit. It's Pidgeonn.
If I can get away from it, that's my one concern.
Avenge me. Oh,
That didn't work.
try again. Uh-oh.
That was an awful idea.
Oh. I'm sorry. Don't go up there. Go back. Go up. That scream means nothing good. That was a man, by the way. In case we need clarification. What, is there something following behind me, or are you guys scared with the power I'm holding right now? Oh! Oh! Man, who lost their grandpa? Oh. I didn't think it would hear me from that far away.
Be a hater.
I'm not being a hater, I'm being a hypocrite. That's two different things.
A hippo.
No, I'm a pigeon.
But I have got everything set up if you are ready to start. That was wholly untrue, sadly. So we are here with Pidgeonn. The first question I have for you is, how did you end up joining the tournament? Like, how'd you hear about it? So essentially, in this bit, she said something along the lines of seeing it in Teff3n server being announced. Sadly, I totally know how OBS works and did it correctly the first time. I did not. I mean, that's definitely a way to do it. Were you surprised whenever you got a team captain?
I wanted to self-destruct. I literally saw the teams, and I was at work during this, and Coop was like, I'm streaming the teams now. I was like, I can't watch because I'm at work. And now I think that was strategically planned.
just to
Because I
spite
didn't think
you
I was
in
gonna get team
particular.
captain. I was just gonna be there, you know, that was my plan, and then I was like, oh, team captain. Okay. So Coop, how much do you hate me?
No, he made you team captain because he believed in you.
Uh-huh. And he also believes in torture.
When you did eventually see the teams, who did you think was gonna win?
I had no idea because, to be honest, I mean, I don't really know anyone other than Teff and Cyber, and the last time I played with Teff, he was just screwing around the whole time. So I had no idea.
Yeah, he seems to have a reputation of team killing.
Well, you know, the first time I played a game with Teff, he was, you know, drunk and just screwing around.
It is a casual game, to be fair.
It is.
So how did I know a lot of teams didn't really get to practice as much as they'd like, but how did that go on your end?
We practiced the night before,
That's pretty good.
and that went well. And it went okay. You know, we got to level, I think it was 5 on the practice round. I was like, okay, you know what? That's pretty good. So then we just left with that, and then it was tournament day.
Sounds about we also got more practice in my team personally, but we
Mhm.
definitely practiced the day of as well.
Yeah, I literally, because we made a group chat and was like, oh shit, I actually have a whole bunch of stuff going on this week leading up to the tournament. I'm not available till like Friday, guys, and I work an office job, so I can't stay up late.
Yeah, that's fair. I felt like that was a lot of teams' biggest crux, I think that's the word, is that scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, you know, at least everyone on my team was in like, you know, like Eastern time or Pacific Standard time. I know one of the teams kind of got screwed over because 2 of them were in the UK and the other ones were in the US.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Hmm.
What were some what were some of your tactics, if y'all guys even had time to discuss many of your tactics?
So I had one tactic where it was 2 people got strength, 1 person got stamina and speed, and the other person would act like a health bank. That went out the window. And then our only other strat I thought to rely on is as soon as we get a gun in the game, it doesn't matter if it's the first level or what, we buy the gun. Well, in all 3 rounds, we didn't get a gun.
Mm.
All 3 of them.
How far did you get in
So,
how far did you get in the rounds?
okay, so first round we were about 40 minutes in, and we wiped at 5 level 5 extraction 2.
Not horrible.
And so we just sat there for the rest of the 20 minutes. I was like, we're not gonna do better than that in that time. That's not gonna pan out, and I don't want Coop to take the latest result rather than our best result.
Yeah. I mean, I think he
So the second round,
said the best result would be it, but yeah, fun
mhm.
times just messing about for the 20 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, we played 2 truths and 1 lie, and everyone forgot everything about themselves. But the second round we got to um we got to level 6 extraction 4. We completed the 4th one. We just didn't quite make it back to the truck in time.
What about the third
So that was
round?
irritating.
Yeah, I bet. So
Do
close
you
yet
know
so
what
far.
happened to the 3rd round?
No, I'm not really sure. I watched a lot of
Oh.
people's VODs, but I haven't gone around to yours yet.
Oh. Okay. So here's the story.
Mhm.
So, you know, at this point I was noticing we were consistently getting through extractions, you know, 2-3 minutes at a time.
Yep.
And so I was like, okay, you know what? This will be our round. We did fine the first round. We did really good the second. This will be our round. We get through the first extraction. It takes us 2 minutes. We get whatever from the store. We go into the second extraction. Well, as we're walking through the extraction, there really isn't anything. You know, we're picking up like $500 objects, you know, but we're getting all the way down to the end of the map where the other extractions should be. And we're barely cutting it by on that first extraction. And everyone's like, what the fuck? There's nothing here. Well, so, you know, we find that last extraction and we're looking for more stuff. And all of the allotted money went to a $44,000 Griffin statue, of which no one could pick up because there was only one person
Oh no.
with a strength upgrade who had died. Um, so I was like, you know what, guys, you guys get that back to the first extraction because we just barely got enough for that. And I was like, I'm gonna start working on pushing this Griffin statue over there. So we we get to the Griffin statue, and I'm literally, I'm not even like picking it up with like my cursor. I'm literally just taking my character's body
Yeah,
and pushing it.
I've done that before.
And the entire time, we have the Reaper coming at us. We had the alien kept showing up. And
no.
so, this was like 20 minutes. 20 minutes of
Damn.
pure agony. One teammate dies, two teammates died. It's just me and I think it was Chantel left. Well, Reaper comes by, kills her. And so, it's just me. And I'm like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. And then we can have a good recovery. This will be fine.
Everything will
I
be
get
fine.
it 3 feet away from the extraction. I don't know what happened. It didn't even touch anything. And I'll even go back and find the clip for you, to be honest. It just shatters.
Oh,
It shattered.
oh, that hurts just hearing about it. Oh my god.
And, the entire time, I had Coop's stream kind of open on the side, and I looked over while I was going through this, and in my VOD, you can literally hear me go, I know you're watching me, Coop. I'm never playing this game again. I hate you. And then, so, that broke, we self-destructed, we started it over with, like, 35 minutes on the clock, and we got to level 5 extraction 2. So that would have been our round if we didn't get such a RNG.
Yeah, oh my god, that's crazy. Did y'all get any like feather drones or indestructible drones throughout the rounds?
No, we did not.
Dang, you just got all the bad RNG, didn't you?
We raw dogged it. I'm not even sure if we got any drones. We just yeah, we just went for upgrades.
Yeah, I feel like Teff3n's team also did kind of like that too. I was watching Teff3n's and getting around to Posties now, but like a lot of people tended to stick to a lot of upgrades as well as not really killing the monsters.
Yeah, well, our plan was to kill the monsters, and then we never got a gun. And we tried using the crossbow looking thing. That thing sucks, by the way. I'm never using that again. That was horrible.
So yeah, the bolt zap, I did some research on it. Has a lot of uses, but the stun duration is small. So you either gotta keep stunning while someone throws into a pit, or stun it and grab like a melee weapon and just keep smacking it.
I should have just armed everyone up with a bat, I swear to God.
Yeah, sometimes it's just, alright, we chose violence.
Yeah.
Out of the monsters and setbacks, what monster do you like dislike the most in this game?
Probably the nun.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have been saying.
The rest of them I can deal with. I don't mind the shotgun man unless I'm playing with people who don't know how to shut up. But I literally, the night we were practicing, I was like, okay, I have one rule if you want me to like you. Do not talk when there is a man with a shotgun.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, have you ever gotten the nun glitch? There's two of them actually.
Isn't there one where it's walks around and it kind of looks like the poltergeist guy, the one that picks you up?
Yeah, in practice, I got that a lot. I'm like, okay, guys, if there is a man, I've forgotten its name. The fact we're referring to it as a nun now, I've forgotten its actual name.
It's a robe.
Thank you, the robe. Where the robe would go invisible, and the black particles would still be there, tricking me into thinking, oh, it's a hidden. I have 4 strength. I can pick it up. No. Luckily, during the tournament, I did not get that once. Thank God.
Yeah. No, we didn't get too many glitches. At least I don't think we did. Other than that horrible RNG, I think we had a pretty smooth game overall.
I feel like everyone did pretty well in the tournament. Like, no one got below 4 evacs, and I think everyone did great.
Mm-hmm.
The second glitch with the robe is if you throw it in a pit sometimes, it won't die, and it will just float back up. The only way to fix that is to go 2 rooms away and let it despawn, and it dies.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I did not know that.
It's a scary glitch. I hope they've patched it out. I'm not sure though.
But yeah, I don't like the nun. She's the only. I used to not like the shotgun man either, but they added humming,
Yes. Thank
so
God team.
that was a little bit easier. It was a little difficult to like hear the humming at first, but once you heard it, it's like, oh yeah,
He's there.
he's here. Shut up. Listen to this stupid little song.
But before the tournament, how much Repo have you played before you entered?
I think before the tournament, I was at like maybe 60 or 70 hours in game.
That's not a bad amount. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's actually surpassed Lethal Company, which was my second most played game up until Repo came along.
Yeah, I feel like Lethal Company walked so Repo could run.
Yeah. Although I love Lethal Company.
Oh yeah, it's fun. I feel like that
Modding
was.
it is the best.
Oh my God, it's Goku!
Yeah.
I've done a few Lethal videos and recordings with my friends, and let's just say the Control Company mod is really fun. They hate me for
I have yet to troll someone with the Control Company thing. You better cut that part out.
it. Maybe.
I have
maybe not.
plans now. You better.
We'll see. But what was your shop strats? Like, did you have one dedicated person for it?
So I didn't realize. See, this is why I'm not a good team captain. I had no idea what to do with the shop, so it ended up two people would be like, "Hey, if there's this, can you grab it?" And then self-destructing, and then someone else would kind of like help me, and then we'd both self-destruct at the same time. I think it was just supposed to be one of us grabbing the stuff. I don't really know. We just kind of formed a strategy like that. I didn't really have any strategy for the shop at all. I was like, it's just the shop. Surely we won't take that long.
And then you realize how much time you take on it, and you're like, oh, it's not that long, but
Well,
it's
yeah,
also a lot
during-
longer than you think.
During the practice, we only got to level 5 in an hour, and then when we were actually doing something to speed up the shop, we got to level 5 in half an hour. You know, that's
Hey,
how much time the shop can take.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like,
Mhm.
oddly enough, you had kind of a similar strategy to Teff3n, except you only had one person. I feel like you had the right strategy midpoint. Because our team
Yeah.
didn't even self-destruct for that extra few seconds in the shop. Because we really wanted to make sure there was no glitches or health shenanigans, you know? So my team never did that. But Teff3n
Mhm.
and y'all guys did pretty well with having,
Yeah.
alright, y'all grab this, we'll self-destruct. And I think you found,
Mhm.
like, the midpoint between our two teams.
Yeah.
Were there any, other than that Griffin incident, any other memorable moments or setbacks?
Oh, the first round, it was me and Cappy dead, I think. So we were spectating Katie and Chantel. And I say this with every ounce of love in my heart, and I told them that when we were back in the lobby. But I had to tell them, do not sit still for more than 30 seconds unless there is a monster right there guarding your hiding spot. It's like, y'all gotta get moving.
Gotta get schmovin'. This is a time.
And then at the end of that round, oh my god, they so they, like a long hallway in the Headman Manor, and then there's like a little garden area that's like up on a shelf in that hallway. Usually there's like a fence or something, some bushes. They just went
Yeah.
and sat in the middle of that, and they were both facing the wall, and I watched as an alien came up behind them and murdered them.
Oh.
And that was painful. That was so painful.
Yeah, it's always painful, especially when the alien gets you. especially in those high
Mhm.
rooms with high ceilings. You're like, oh, they can't even grab me anymore. I'm just dead.
Yeah. And then I don't know, the other memorable moment I had was I spent maybe like 10 seconds alive after being revived.
How'd you die?
That well, so I was revived, and so we're leaving the extraction to go to the next one, and well, there's the shotgun man. I go to crouch.
And
Well,
he
I'm
hears you
still
crouch.
holding W. No, I'm still holding W, and I press crouch, and it slides me right into a hole.
Oh no!
Yep, I actually have that one clipped too. I was like, that was so fucking stupid.
You want to hear my funny death?
Sure.
So this is what I refer to as the cart conundrum, and it's kind of gone around in my little social circle, including Huck, the team captain, because Huck just revived me in one of the Swiss Room Academy rooms,
Mhm.
and as I'm grabbing for the drone in the cart, he grabs the cart and it tilts me into the hole. And you just hear me go, ah! Such. It was so funny, but oh, it hurt me at the time. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that has to be annoying. It's one thing to die of your own stupidity, but to have your teammate just launch you off out of both of your own stupidity, that's a whole other thing.
and I was just telling one of our other teammates, yeah, make sure the bag doesn't hit you and fall off into the hole. Make sure you get out of there. And they're like, all right, yeah. And then it happens to me, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Huck was like, oh, I feel so bad now. I just killed Zora.
I mean, you guys still won, so
Yeah, it was close though. Us and Teff3n's team. Oh my god.
it was very close.
I feel like one of the few reasons other than like the RNG that we won is the fact that we had dedicated monster killing people, which was me and secondary Huck, and we just
Hmm.
took monsters out left and right. We had one round where we had 3 up screens.
Oh my god, I hate those things.
We all
Actually,
do.
no, can I change my answer from my least favorite monster? I hate the up screams.
You
They're
certainly
supposed to
can.
like run away after they scream at you, but they just keep coming back.
Yeah, in the beta,
It's
it's
like,
like, no,
dude,
we're
leave
gonna
me
hit you
alone.
3 times and then run away. Why? Why?
So dumb.
It hurts.
Mhm.
But yeah, as to make sure not to take up too much of your busy schedule or your time, is there any closing comments or questions or memorable things you would like to say about the tournament?
Coop, you made me have a hatred I didn't know I could have. And that will always go down in memory. That was horrible.
Horribly fun, right?
Nah, nah. Well, I mean, I'm sticking around for duos, so maybe I'll get my revenge.
I would honestly like to see that. Just you come out of nowhere, sweep the whole competition with your teammate.
Oh yeah, I already have some people in mind for duos teammate.
I wonder if he's gonna do another random assortment or if we can bring our own teammate. That would be interesting to see.
We're allowed to choose our teammates for duos, I think Coop said.
Oh, that's true. Oh god. Which
Mhm.
duo is gonna be the scariest?
I don't know. All I know is I better get paid that weekend so I can pay someone off. I mean, what? Who said that?
It's you're paying
Who
Teff3n
said
off,
that?
right? You're paying Teff3n off, right?
I'm gonna pay off whoever his teammate is because he's probably gonna choose like the Swirl or Envy.
Uh, there'll be no cheating in this no unsavory stuff in this next tournament. Nothing like
No,
that.
never. Never. Never.
No.
No.
Well, I definitely thank you for doing this interview with me, Pidgeonn. It
Mhm.
was nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Now, the next interview I'm going to do is on a good buddy of mine who got into streaming recently and has some very fun content. as well as the man who introduced me to this tournament in the first place, the one who set me on my path to win. Let's get into it, shall we? Right after this little intro vid, of course.
Ow! Shit. We must team up. We must team up, Mr. Mass. Okay, I'm teaming up. Okay, let's go. I lied! Oh, grab the baby! Eat the baby! Where'd he go? No, everyone was killing. We all must participate. Okay. there can only be one.
I was joking!
But hello, my friend Mass GM. It's not like we haven't been talking for the past 7 hours.
Oh, most definitely. How you doing, buddy? I haven't asked you that 3 times already.
Well, I'm doing pretty well. But let's get into the... I don't know why I'm calling it interviews. It kind of just feels like talks, but interviews feels like the right word. But I want...
A debrief will probably be more accurate.
Yeah, a debrief. That works.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask you a few questions on the tournament and your thoughts on a bunch of things.
Sure thing. Shoot.
So, when you first invited me to the tournament, what were you thinking was going to happen, generally speaking?
Well, when I first invited you specifically, I knew you would basically turn over the competition because you are one of the few people I know who are very goated and cracked at the game of Repo. There have been multiple times where we've had a pretty bad team wipe, and you're the only reason why we didn't lose.
I remember that one time. Y'all died twice in a row, and there was 4 of y'all. I forget it.
Yeah. Again, buddy, did you ever go to physical therapy after throwing your back out for that?
I'm fine. I've hit my head on the ceiling and fallen on wooden stairs, and I'm fine there. Right? If I was fine there somehow, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, perfect.
But I heard a lot of teams didn't get as much practice time with everybody. How was it with your team?
Well, for my team, we all did eventually get a practice in, but we never got a full team practice. I got at most 3, but there wasn't really a time where we could all come together because one of our team members had a pretty gnarly work schedule where they could only work very, very late.
Was it Maury?
And so it was Maury. Yeah, for her work, she works really, really late and sleeps during the day. So the only time we could get with them would be at earliest Thursday. They were already pretty beat after doing some overtime, and they were planning on drinking a lot, so they decided to take a nap, which I respect. It's fine.
Yeah. My team was kind of like that too. We usually had 3 members. There's 1 or 2 times where we got I think Karma in as well. And we did a few duos with me and Huck. But overall, I think we got a good amount of practice time team-wise, and Karma was practicing on her own here and there, which was nice.
Hey, let's go. W Karma.
Indeed. What about because I know you kind of had a general class strategy, kind of like my team did, but why don't you go around your general strategy before starting the tournament?
So I already going into the tournament knew that I wasn't nearly as experienced in the game as some of my teammates. Maury played the game way more than me fun fact, the longest stream I ever did was 18 hours, and that was a repo stream because it was in the middle of Maury's 32-hour stream just playing repo. So
I
yeah.
I remember that. I think I joined you at one point here and there for about 5 or so hours.
Yeah, you were there for a little bit, but yeah. And my other two teammates, Wolfie Bites and Skippy's mom, um, I believe they had about similar experience with Repo as me. So I knew for a fact that I wasn't the best player, and I knew that when I played with the specifically Maury, it was more of like a fun thing instead of a like, oh, let's try to see how far we can get and
Yeah.
everything, right? So my strategy that I want to implement with that team would be something that would be easy to follow and something that we could like easily like consistently do with like our level of experience. So what I came up with was a pretty quick fire strategy, I guess you could call it.
Hmm.
What we would do is try to clear the early levels as fast as possible, especially the first one. Hoping that we get like a really big item. Let's say like we got Headman Manor for like the first level and we found a piano immediately, which that did happen during one of our practice runs. We would just slap it in there and immediately leave and skip the first shop. And the reasoning behind that was simply that I already knew most of the other teams, especially your team, would have had more like a refined strategy with like roles and like different items you could get at the shop. But that's still based on RNG. So I figured that something that's like fast out of the gate would be really, really good.
Yeah, we kind of had a different strategy because most people, I feel like, just sped run the first level as fast as they could. We took a slightly different take and decided 16K is the goal for the first level.
So you can have as much like money as possible for it to buy in the shop.
Yeah, like if we had a quick gun or spreading out some needed upgrades like a few health, get strength, that sort of quick start, so to speak.
Another kind of like element of the strategy was that like because I knew some teams were talking about like giving different team members roles, like I'll give this one person all the strength so it's like they can do whatever they want. And we kind of had like some of that too. We had a juicer or the person who would take all like the strength upgrades, and then we had something called a scout, someone who would take the stamina and the speed upgrades. And what they would do at later levels, like after level like 4 or 5, they would after the first extract go and try to find the furthest next extract, and as well as like big items and monsters that the rest of the team could like help get to the next extract.
Yeah, I think that was kind of my role in a way. I was the dispatcher, right? That was my main role. I was the one who scouted out and made sure to kill the monsters when I could to make sure my teammates wouldn't die. Because a lot of teams, it seemed like, were always at 1 health or were dying a lot. That was not our strategy. And then Huck was the second dispatcher whenever we got like extra weapons. I was also telling people which rooms to go to because we tried room by room. I saw a lot of people spreading out a lot, so we decided to more group together, go room by room. But we were still pretty quick with it because everyone had their roles, was good alone.
I have like a minor movement strategy that like I will say that like Skippy's mom or Skippy like on my team like freaking perfected was like the slide roll,
Oh yeah, me and
like
Huck
where you
were
kind of like
using that.
yeah, you like where you kind of sprint a little bit and then like roll slide forward. Like there would be time like so the most practice time that I had with my teammates would be with Skippy the most because they were free the most before the tournament.
Hmm.
So we kind of became like a basically like a really locked in like duo team, right?
Nice.
And there would be times where, like, after we get like the last extract and we start hitting back, they get like further and further away from me because they really have that, like, sprint slide, like, strat, like movement strat, like on lock, like, and it became like second nature for them. So for them being like our team scout, it was like a perfect fit.
Oh yeah, like me and to a degree Huckle did that quite a lot too. And if you saw some of Teff3n stuff, he did that plus an extra jump tumble lunge at the end, which
I saw some clips of that, and I still can't figure out like how to do it like in game myself.
I've started figuring out how to do it. It's fun.
And maybe something to implement for like when the duo tournament comes up, or the solo one. I think Coop's thinking about doing that too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I can't wait for those little golden trophies.
Yeah, man. Like I will say, like, congrats. Like, you honestly deserve it. I don't think your team would have like actually won if it wasn't for you.
Thanks for the huge vote of confidence, man. Like, Huck was a good team lead, and that was one thing I was like thinking about. I don't want to step on the team leads, the team leaders' toes, so to speak, but I also want to impart my knowledge and strategies to the team. And he was really gracious about it too.
Yeah, you're being humble, but like I saw that team chat with like the documentation you just kind of like dropped, like with all like the little details. Like I remember seeing it, and I was just like, "Oh, this is some good strategy." And then I think of like another team captain, like Pidgeonn, like said, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for that, by the way."
And we're like, yeah, let's start a group chat here. Let me send you some.
Yeah, let's not let her trade secrets get out. That's not good.
Yeah. Let me send you a few screenshots of our team chat now that the tournament's actually over. Let me pause recording too real quick. Like, if you look at the first picture, is Hucklecat was obviously the leader. He was one of the cartmen. We kind of shared a bunch of roles. Everyone was sort of a lookout. Everyone was sort of like a cart man, so to speak, except me. My main roles were dispatcher, the roid man, and heavy items helper and scout. Everyone else was kind of on cart duty together. Karma specifically was more for a lot of the smaller items for that extra little push of loot. And Cuckle was, the second dispatcher. For the strategy, right? I put in a lot of desirable items and combos, as well as speed text for the team in the second picture. I don't know if this is... It's kind of picking it up. I'll have to fix that in the post, but yeah. Fun stuff.
Like I have to ask, like I guess kind of reversing the interview onto you, like a lot of these like texts and like strategies, were these things like you came up yourself or kind of like did your research and like figured like it would work best like for your team?
I kind of came up with them myself, really. Like, Feather Drone and Indestructible Drone are, kind of understandable, obvious, right? Let me delete that so I can see both pictures without messing the recording up. The health upgrades for each of us was to make sure when we survive and when we are on max health, we can survive one hit from a big monster, right? For roiding me up, right? I wanted at least 4 strength because I was the dispatcher, so I didn't have to use as much energy and items. As well as, we all know items can help kill monsters in the game after you've played a little bit.
Yeah.
For the addict tech, though, we had Huck and I always pronounce his name wrong. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He didn't seem to mind it. He was a good teammate. He was great. He only had 10 hours in Repo too, which man
only 10?
Yeah, man only had like 10 hours before the game, at least what I've heard from Huck, and he did so well for only having like 10 hours or so.
Hey, you know what? Big ups to that guy.
Exactly. We also
streamer?
I don't know.
Are they a soon-to-be streamer, much like yourself?
I honestly don't know. It might just be one of like a bud that came into play with the tournament. I'm not really sure. But we
Hey,
also
real question of this entire interview. Hey Zora, when are you gonna start streaming?
preferably I'm gonna try near the end of the year. You know.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? That's something to look forward to. Gives you time to prep, set things up. You know, figure out exactly what you want out of it. That's really good.
I definitely want to change my I think they're called Fujis, the Discord reactive images. I don't know why they're called that, Fugis or whatever.
I didn't even know they were called that.
As for the big cart and energy crystals, I think we only really got the big cart once or maybe twice, and that was mainly to split up into teams of 2 so we could start speedrunning a lot faster, right?
Mm-hmm.
And especially the tech that I don't think many people know is that in the earlier levels, especially the first 10, monsters don't spawn and start walking around immediately. It's when you get close to their tiles, meaning the rooms they're in, is they start moving and spawning and moving around the map. So that's one of the big things we did with the room by room strategy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I know Technoblade's rolling in his grave right now. It's like,
whatever you do, don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool. You moron.
but yeah, that was kind of our strategy in the tournament. You want to talk about some of the events and things that happened?
Hang on. I say that one more time.
You want to talk about some of like the events or things that happened during the tournament? Because I think you started with only you and Skippy's mom.
Yeah. For the very first round, we started as a duo instead of a whole team, and that's mainly because 2 of our members didn't arrive in time. Maury literally, like, I think it was literally 5 minutes for the tournament, literally just woke up after like a fun night of drinking. So you know, still
Got
kind of waking up and everything. And I think like Wolfie like had like some other things going on. Wolfie had like some also major issues with her game as well, because fun fact, they just couldn't get with us for the first round, right? And for the
Yeah.
second round, they had to open up Repo through a mod manager just to get to open on vanilla.
Yeah, I heard you mention that. That's crazy. But I'm glad they found a workaround.
Yeah, I'm glad too, but like it's crazy because like I've never heard of something like that happening where like you can't run the base game because something's wrong, so you open it up in like a third party mod manager with no mods and it's fine. Like I've never heard of that before. That's crazy.
I mean, you just gotta have more machine mana, man.
Yeah, good point. Good point. But yeah, for like yeah, so like kind of like the first round was kind of like a wash for us because of a lot of like technical difficulties as well. Which even with all of that, I'm still really surprised that we tied with another team for the first round.
That was nice. I think most people got to round like 5 or 6 usually. I don't think anyone really got lower than that. At least for like
How?
the 1 hour round sets.
Mm-hmm. Like, how far did your team get in like the first round?
First round was, if I'm looking at round outcome, I believe was 9.2. Round 9 to evacs.
I can't wait to just see like the highlights of your team stuff for that, because I really want to see like how that went.
On top of Huck having his own VOD, I recorded my whole POV. The second round though was kind of saddening because it was like, oh, Teff3n got to round 9. Dang. We might have some contenders for us right now.
It really, like, instead of it being like a wash, which I bet you were hoping for, like it really like really lit a fire on your ass the last round, didn't it?
Yeah, we're like, all right, let's do this. And then we tied for the last round. The only reason we won was because of money and those bonus points.
Hey, dude, like, it really, it made it more entertaining. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, right. It's on the Discord screen. I should probably go back to us so it sees us, talking. But I think one of the main reasons, other than like RNG and getting higher cost items and evac, I think one of the main reasons we got so much money is because our team centered around killing a lot of monsters as well. I was like falling asleep one night, I'm like, wait, that's why we had so much more money.
Like, kind of speaking of like killing monsters, like something I quickly found out anytime we would do like a practice round or like I think it was like during the second round of the tournament, when you like basically unlock the weapons, specifically the gun, and start killing monsters, you could just quickly like clear through like extracts like nobody's business.
Oh yeah,
Because the monsters basically like fund your extracts at that point.
that was part of my strategy. That's why I wanted to be the dispatcher. Because I
When
dispatched.
I guess your POV is very Doom guy-ish.
Maybe, except for that one part where our team captain
What?
grabbed the cart and shoved me into a pit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dude, you should send Coop like your POV of that and then like splice those two clips together. It'd be so good.
I'll see what I can do probably. And I grabbed the indestructible drone too right before he hit me in the pit, so that went out for that round too.
Damn, really?
Hi!
Yeah. There was like, I don't think we ever team wiped either though, which was great. I think we got really close. I was on like 1 health and I got back to the cart. But enough about my strategy. They'll probably hear me going on about that a lot with a lot of the other interviews. Let's talk more about.
Yeah, like when you're talking to yourself in the mirror for your own like interview, right?
I'm not doing my own interview. That's not a thing.
Hey, I think according to Wolfie, it is totally a thing. You should do it.
So Zora, what was your strategy to win this turn? Well, you see, Zora.
Yeah, just do that for an hour and a half.
No, that I already got Huck's interview, and that's 24 minutes. This is going to be a fun, long video with a lot of POVs and edits.
I will say, I am still pretty like happy with the strategy that my team like implemented, because like I knew for a fact that I personally could not pull off as like a refined strategy as the one like I'm seeing that you just came up with yourself, like crazy. Honestly, that like whoever you get like as a duo partner, like I feel like it's already a wash. Like if we could bet on the next tournament, I would bet on you, whoever you pair with.
Imagine if it was me and Teff3n.
I think Coop would be like, I gotta make it like interesting. You guys have to like fight each other, because if I just put two of you together, it's just like, you're just gonna win. Like that's literally what he would say.
No, he's got to put me and you together.
Yeah, I would be down for that. But like I'm still pretty happy with the strategy that I put together for like the team I was given. Because me and Skippy like when we actually got some like decent RNG, like kept like consistently getting up to like round 7 and 8. I feel like if we had enough time and were able to get with our team members more, we could have probably tweaked it enough to where we could have at least gotten to like level 8. I do believe that. I mean, level 9. I do believe that.
I do kind of feel the same. I remember when Skippy got that 1-for-1 on the robe.
Mm-hmm. That was epic.
It's like 1-for-1, 1-for-1 queen.
And I also, I'm not gonna lie, like that second round, at least I'm thinking it was the second round. Yeah, that second round where we wiped because we got like a double robe and like gnomes like that, like kind of distracted us from like seeing the second one pop out that killed me. I actually believe that like, because I feel like we had like a really good like early RNG. I think we got a gun which I used to kill like the first robe. I feel like if like things just went a little bit differently, like that could have gone us at least like a second level spot or second place spot.
I hope you know I'm gonna put a counter on how many times you said like in that short explanation.
Well, like it's a crazy like Scoob, like it's crazy, bro. Like.
Oh god.
You might
Like,
as well put a like counter for the entire like freaking interview. Like it's crazy. I'm doing it on purpose. Like now because like it's funny. Like gosh.
please. Like, oh god damn it, now I'm doing it. So I've started noticing it more when people use filler words like and stuff like that, because I try and learn to speak
Right.
in a better way. I even catch myself doing it, and I kind of slap myself beside the head because it also
Yeah, that's pretty good.
shows more confidence in a way, in my opinion. But anyway,
Definitely perceives like you have something more pertinent to say.
exactly.
And that like I just used was more intentional because you can tell.
Yes. You want to hear something crazy that we encountered in a round?
What was it?
Triple up scream.
I bet someone got abused, let's say.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to come upon the I don't think it's a glitch. I think it's intentional, where the up scream tries to scream you, but you're up against the wall after the first scream and it doesn't do any damage to you.
And it just keeps doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, I like my team ran to that too, and it was annoying every freaking time.
There was also a casual game I was playing recently where I had the feather drone and indestructible drone on a barrel. And what's funny about that is you can have it keep exploding when you hit it against stuff. And I used that to kill a robe. I was like, hey guys, I killed the robe. And I forgot when you take the indestructible drone off, it destroys itself and explodes again. I was like, right. I wasn't locked in. I forgot. But
I think there was definitely like speaking of like minor like ups, I think there was like a time I can't remember if it was a practice run or like during a round where there was like a robe and I threw a grenade at it and it just missed it and it killed me.
have you seen Teff3n's grenade mess up?
Oh, I have not. Is it pretty bad?
So I think he went to throw a grenade up a staircase to hit like a huntsman or something like that. He tries to throw it up. He lets go too late. It goes in the room he's in, hits a circular pillar in the middle, and then blows him up. Luckily not killing him. But yeah, that
I'm
was
guessing there's a clip of that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there is.
Oh, can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see the video you're making right now as you just kind of like throw that up there.
Yeah, I have my work cut out for me. Kind of.
Hey, you're really diving in the deep end, which you know what? It's respect, brother.
Thank you, thank you. And I also have like kind of a 60-day timer for some of the people's footage because they may not upload it to YouTube and stuff. So, you know.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm a running. I'm a doing. But as to not make your section too long, any closing comments or thoughts on the tournament and things?
I still had like an amazing time, and I would love to do something like this again if like Coop or anyone like is thinking about doing like another like community event like this. I will say I kind of wish it was better organized because like talking to other people, like some people felt like the time from like everyone getting their teams to when the tournament was a little tad very too short. Like I feel like if there was a way to like push it back like by a week, I feel like everyone would have gotten like their team like dynamics locked in, their strategies more like you know refined. There probably wouldn't have been as much like headache with like people scheduling and everything going on like that.
Yeah, that's something definitely we should bring up to Coop when we get the chance when he does his other ones.
I bet he's probably already heard or at least been like thinking about it already.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But I will say like like those minor gripes. I will say for his first ever community event, like huge success and huge props to him. Honestly,
Yeah, it was fun.
great time. And I will say I like I would want like I already said to him in person, but I want to say again like I would like to thank Coop for doing this. If it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have been able to like meet like as like cool people as like people like Skippy, Wolfie, or like gotten to actually have a good time with like Maury as well as like the other like streamers and like participants like because of this tournament, I actually was able to get in contact with Cyber Wolf, who was on Posty's team, and we recently played some Helldivers together for like the first time, and I just found out he's a huge Halo nerd like me, and that was pretty awesome, and all that happened because of Coop's little like tournament thing.
It's funny how the butterfly effect works. Also, you got to be doing the like thing on
Indeed.
purpose now. Like you've said it so many times.
I would be lying if I said like I wasn't trying to piss you off. Like, yeah.
It's not ticking me off. It's just funny. But before I end your interview, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the butterfly effect and how. Imagine if you guys never met me, like our friend group.
The world suddenly changes my mind. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Indeed.
Especially with all that's like recently happened. Especially with you, like honestly, dude, like I'm gonna be honest, because like we've only recently started to get really know each other, even though we know each other in real life and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's always I always have to take like a double take when I see you like in VC talking to like people in the community. I'm like, damn, he's really like getting to know people and stuff like that. It's like it's kind of weird that I also do know this guy like in real life.
With that being said, thank you, Mass, for doing this little debrief interview with me. And I think that concludes this section. Thank you.
Of course, I had a great time. It was an honor. Got you on the flip side.
Indeed. And now, finally, for the main event, the interviews with all my teammates. Starting with Hucklecat, the amazing team captain we had, very chill dude, and I hope you like him as much as I do. Very good bud, very chill streamer. Let's get into it.
Wait, I don't win? How did I die? Wait, how did I die? What killed me?
Here I go.
Don't fall in the hole. Don't go, no! Wait. No!
No, the gun.
Yeah, the
How did I not? How did I? Oh. Where's the next bomb? Oh, what about this thing? Peek.
Take that. Get over there.
Yeah, what you want to know?
So, I wanted to ask you for my audience that can totally talk back to us right now because we're totally on Twitch and not YouTube for this video. How was training for the tournament? Like, how did you feel while training for it? What were some of the things you felt good on?
I mean, I think training was clearly, I think training made a huge difference. Like I actually kind of went around to some other teams and people on other teams like after the tournament, just because I was very curious, like how the tournament went from other people's perspective. And I feel like the number one thing that almost everybody mentioned to me was like, oh, we didn't have time. We didn't have enough time to practice. We didn't practice it. We didn't practice at all with a full team, or we wish we could have practiced more. And I feel like even though we only got like 1 or 2 practices with 4 of us, I feel like the fact that we practiced with like even just 2 or 3 people made like so much difference. Just not even from a skill level or like a game abilities level, which I mean, it definitely did. Like I learned a lot of new techniques and stuff, but I also think just like learning how to communicate and like practicing how we were going to go through the shop or like go through levels just like made more difference than I think anybody could have realized.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that too, because I also went back and watched a few other people's things, and they were kind of a bit more spread out than I think they should have been in team-wise specifically. Like they'd be in like 4 separate rooms at one time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like I felt like there were teams that were like seemed to have done a lot of research into like speedrun techniques, which were definitely like valid. Like as an example, like the one where you like self-destruct in the shop. Like,
Oh yeah.
I noticed a bunch of people doing that, and we never did that. But I also felt like I was watching those teams, and they would run into the shop, all kind of do a separate thing, and then self-destruct. And it was like, okay, well, you know, that's a useful technique, but I felt like you were kind of canceling it out by just having like chaos in the shop before that. Whereas we would like run into the shop and it was like, I am going to the attic. Zora is buying all the stuff. You know, so I feel like that just like saved us so much time, even though we may not have been doing like all the, you know, quote unquote best speedrun tactics.
Yeah, I agree with you there, especially with you and Flavin. Yeah, Flavin. I pronounced his name so much, so wrong in the practices. I was like, Kevin?
I was calling him Calvin for a while. I was
Yeah.
saying Clavin. I don't know. He didn't seem to mind.
Yeah, he's a nice dude. And I liked how you and Clavin always went to the attic, made sure we get like those duct tape grenades if we had them, or human grenades. And then Karma Wolf was in the truck sending us off. And I was just like, all right, what is most important to our strategy? What grenades, what weapons, what upgrades?
Exactly. Like it felt like when you go back and watch other teams, there were teams I think that were sort of doing that. I actually never saw Teff3n's team in the shop really. Or maybe I skipped through that part of the VOD. I don't remember, but it seemed like our team had the best, in my opinion. Our team had the best communication. I think like we were all super communicative like the whole time. Whereas, and I definitely saw what you were saying about teams spreading out too much in the map as well. Like I was talking to a couple other people about their roles and stuff, and a lot of people were scouting, and like I feel like we never did a ton. We sort of scouted, but like you said, like never more than like 1 room away, and never like opening up 4 rooms separately sort of thing. Like just really, really focused. Like, and I think clearly it worked out enough, because Coop told me that you know, yes, we tied in rounds, but we had so much more money than anyone else.
I also think, right, on top of us getting a lot of the loot room by room, even though it felt slow, we were quick with everyone grabbing stuff, putting it in the cart. I also realized I was falling asleep one night. I'm like, I wonder how we got so much more money, other than the fact like RNG plays a big role. I was like, wait, it's because I was dispatching all of the monsters as soon as I saw them. I was like, oh, that's why we had so much money.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely noticed like there was one team who was shocked that we were doing any hunting at all. You know, I felt like it was super handy to have you would always start off with weapons. Then as we got more weapons, like you gave me a gun, you gave Clavin had some grenades, like everybody was at least capable of like doing damage to monsters, which adds up, you know, that's like, that can be like an extra like 10, 15, even like 20K sometimes, depending on how far you get.
Yeah, I love that. I also saw on Teff3n's team an interesting tech on how they were killing some monsters. They would kind of sideswipe it with the cart after stunning it, and then another person would be jumping on it.
Interesting. I've never considered that before.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'm like, how does that work? Hopefully, sometime while I'm doing this video, I can get an interview with Teff3n and see maybe not like the mechanics in game how that works, but more like how to do it. Add that to our
Yeah.
arsenal.
Yeah, that's interesting because I actually, when I was playing with Coop the other day, Coop was using the little cart to sideswipe monsters like that, and it seemed like useful, but also like a little bit finicky to learn. Like I'm assuming, with plenty of hours, you can like get it down to a science. But I also felt like for us, it was super like when the way I've kind of been approaching Repo, even since I've been playing since the tournament, has been like if the game gives me a gun, I'm just gonna use the gun. Like I used to be like, oh, I'm gonna save these shots. Who knows? But it's like, you know what? If I see a headman in the first room and I can dispatch him in 2 shots with a gun, like, yes, maybe I'll wish that I would need those 2 shots later, but that's also like $7,000 that I can just get right now. And like no extra faff, no time wasted. Like I'm not risking losing health because I did see that happening a lot where people were like,
Yeah, they'd
just
be like at 1
dying.
HP throughout the whole tournament. I'm like, no, my team's surviving. I think that's also one reason why we didn't do the explode at shop speedrun, because I wanted to make 100% sure we didn't have any like glitchy, oh, you died in the shop, you should have respawned, but you didn't, or oh, you lost health.
Right, and we never wiped. I don't think. No, we almost did. We had one time where you had 1 HP and all 3 of us were dead, but other than
Yeah.
that, we were honestly, that happened to us one time, and I feel like I saw so many other teams where it was like, you either even wiping after like 1 round, even if it only takes you like 5-10 minutes, that's still like 10 minutes wasted. And there were teams wiping after like 20-25 minutes, which just really sucks.
Indeed. And I think also the skill level of our teammates was pretty good too. They would be like, okay, I need to hide, or don't die. Like I definitely died a few times, once or twice because of user error. I hope you know that's definitely going in this video.
Oh yeah, please put it in.
And everything. But
yeah, I feel like we were really like, I feel like we took calculated risks at the right time, and there were definitely like when I'm playing Repo not in a tournament, I definitely take way more risks, like because it doesn't matter. It's like
yeah, it's a casual
I
game.
die, right? But like in the I felt like we were like really careful, like we were quick, but we were never like doing anything super nuts. Even from our practices, there were moments where it'd be like, why did I do that? Like, I didn't need to sprint across. I could have waited 5 seconds for that monster to just turn around and then run. Like, why didn't I do that? And it was so I feel like we were just, I mean, I think it's like just the fact that we practiced a lot together and we like learned each other's communication. I feel like also considering the teams were random, I feel like we lucked out with the 4 of us. Just, I don't know how it worked out that way, but it did.
Yeah, we definitely did really, really good. Had some fun and amazing teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Now about the movement tech, right?
Mm-hmm.
How we're talking about movement. I showed you how to the different keybinds and sprint sliding whenever you got 2 energy. Teff3n added a jump tumble launch at the end of it. I've started using that, and that's so fun. Especially when you have the actual tumble launch upgrade. Oh my god.
You can like clear a whole room in a single click.
I feel like in the later levels that would be a little dangerous, but since we only did like 10 max, like no one even got to 10. 9 is the max we got to. It's not too bad in the earlier stages, definitely.
Yeah, I saw some people practicing that. I watched a YouTube video and it was like, speedrun tactics, and that was one. It was like the basically, the like sprint, slide, jump, tumble. And basically it seems like as long as I feel like again that's like one of those risk reward things where it's like you can zoom, but you run the risk of like slamming through a door right into a monster or launching yourself into a pit, et cetera. But it seemed to work really well for him. I just felt like I was like, okay, I was already kind of like pushing. I remapped my keybinds to the mouse buttons like the night before the tournament.
Yeah, I
was like,
remember
gotta just
talking to you about it.
yeah, I was like, I gotta get this. I gotta just focus on this, and it'll be fine. And it's like, it's still so much faster than any other way you can move, for real.
Yeah. For the shop, right? I was also looking into things. And I'm not sure about most of the other teams, but I saw Teff3n seem to do a upgrade heavy strategy. Whereas I feel like got just the minimum amount of upgrades. Everyone got like an extra 20 health to survive the big hits. And then I got 4 strength so I could dispatch the lighter monsters without a gun sometimes. And I feel like that's pretty much mostly all we got. Maybe some stamina or maybe an extra jump here or there when we had more money. But I feel like we were kind of upgrade light on the runs.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's interesting because it completely changed how I played. Like before the tournament, I definitely was taking the approach of like, all right, hard focus on strength. Maybe if I find a feather drone or something, grab that. Like leave the weapons because they're not super worth it. And then I realized, especially as we were practicing, like, wait a minute. It doesn't really matter if I have a lot of strength or even that much health or stamina if the monsters are just dead. Like, yes, they respawn, but it's like, cool, I kill a monster. I have a few minutes of like where I don't really need to worry. And it was like, okay, this actually, it feels like a trade-off. I'm sure there's like, lots of different opinions about it, but I felt like for us, it was like, okay, if we just dispatch monsters as quickly as we can, that gives us free reign to sprint around the map without worrying that like we're going to get jumped by something or, yada, yada. And then it was like, all right, cool. If all I have to really worry about is like gnomes, then
or a
fine.
peeper, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking peeper.
That one level where we had just 2 peepers in every room we went in.
Yes, it was terrible.
It was an inch away from the ship. An inch.
Terrible. And the peeper, we got lucky too. Like I was playing solo last night and I had a bag of money, 32K in my cart.
Oh no.
And a peeper peeped me. And you know how like sometimes, I don't know if it's a bug or what happens, but like I got peeped and just threw the money in a pit. Wasn't even carrying the money. It just launched out of the cart. I was like, I almost rage quit. I was like, I'm so sad right now.
So I think with that specific glitch, right? It makes you drop your current item, but you're still holding the grab button. So then you grab the item you're looking at, which would be the bag, and then it throws it. And it's like, wait, you're holding on job, you're not supposed to do that. It lets go. I think that's what happens.
It's so sad.
Very. My mouse kind of does that on its own, sadly, and I totally didn't do this during the tournament where I grabbed stuff and my mouse let go of it and broke it. Please don't watch the full VOD. Please do, though.
Oh my god. I know. I feel like we didn't have too many silly moments. Like we managed to be I had a ton of fun. Like I'm not saying that we were just like full serious, but I feel like we just played. I don't know if we all locked in at the right time, but like apart from like me killing you with the cart and a few other people randomly breaking stuff, like we all broke things randomly. I feel like we played like a
Really
very
well.
clean game. Especially like I was looking for, the like classic like Repo silly highlights of Repo, like, oh, I threw a grenade and I hit myself, or like I ran right into a monster. But like we almost never had any crazy huge mistakes like that where like it would have just torpedoed us, which I mean, like to your point, we never team wiped, which like honestly that probably made the biggest difference.
Yeah, that definitely helped a lot. There was one last thing I want to talk about. It's on the tip of my brain. What was it? So being team captain, how was that for you? Because I don't think I've said this in the video yet, but the team captains were all streamers, so he flew the Coop, the host of the tournament, could have our POVs.
It was well, first I was I was really stressed when Coop made. So the full story is like when I was one of the first people to enter the tournament because I like talk with Coop every day, and Coop, was like, I'm having this tournament. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna enter. Join the Discord. Told some of my other friends, the people I knew before the tournament, like, oh hey, let's join this tournament. We'll probably be on a team. I was like, I assume we just get to like be like, here's my team, and then. When I found out that it was random, I was like, oh God, I'm stressed. I'm like, I'm kind of a shy person. Yes, I'm a streamer, but like I'm an introvert. It's like, I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to meet new people. What if I don't get along with them? Blah blah blah. And then when on top of that, when Coop was like, oh, by the way, you're also a captain, I was like, oh no, this is like I'm so nervous. And then by the time I found out, I was like, well, I can't. Now I'm a captain. I can't like back out. I got to do it. And so I was like, all right, it's gonna be fine. It'll be what it'll be. And I feel like honestly, how do I say this without sounding like I'm brag? I hate sounding like I'm talking myself up, but like I feel like in my I don't stream for a living. I like do an actual job, and like I'm a manager. I've been a manager. I'm not a manager right now, but I've managed like team. I'm a software developer, so I've managed teams of like 8 people, 10 people before, and like had all of the responsibilities that come with that. And I feel like one of the very first things you learn as a manager, which I feel like you probably know as like someone who teaches things right to other people, it's like
Yeah.
you don't necessarily need to be like the best. You don't necessarily need to. Some people you teach or manage might end up being better than you. They might be smarter than you. They might know more. They'll teach you things as well. And I feel like when I was like, all right, I'm going to be the captain, I was like, I just have to be like, I have to put any ego I have away. I need to set a good example for my team by like being positive. I need to not be like rage quitting stuff. I need to not be blaming people for things. Like we're all going to make mistakes. Things are going to go wrong. Things are going to go right. I need to make sure that like everybody feels appreciated. And it was like all the gameplay stuff. I was like, that can come later. Like it doesn't really it doesn't matter. I don't care if I need to be the best. I'm not going to be like jumping out right away and being like, I need to have all the weapons, or I need to be the strongest person. It was like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like play and like let everybody like tell me what their strengths are and like they feel comfortable with. And like, I feel like that's like so important, just like being in any kind of leadership position. It's like, you have to be able to be like, listen to people and be humble way more than like being the best.
Yeah, you definitely learn a lot from teaching as you do,
Mhm.
being taught, as well as sometimes teaching means stepping back or like stop trying to push information that someone's not ready for,
Exactly.
Yeah, one of the things, right, because I know in depth, as you know, on a lot of the mechanics, the texts, the tips and guide stuff on this game. One of the things I was heavily thinking about, right? Because I definitely wanted to be the dispatcher of the group.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be that and not like step on your toes as captain, right? Because we hadn't met it while I was thinking about this. I was like, all right, I know I'm good at the game. I want to be able to help dispatch monsters, teach them the techs so we all have a better chance, but also not step on your toes because team captain, you're our captain.
Right. Yeah, it's funny because it's like I came in being like, I'm gonna have no toes to step on because I just don't. I was like, I just don't. It's like I think sometimes that throws people off with me too. Like I'm not bad. Like I don't know. I think I'm actually like a perfectly fine repo player. I would say I'm probably like
Oh yeah,
better
you're
than
definitely
average at
decent.
repo. And like I put in like almost 100 hours in repo. Like I was I know I have gotten way better. I learned things, but I was also like, I'm not gonna come in and just start saying like, well, I have 100 hours in repo, or like, blah blah blah. I think like, and I think it kind of went to show like how well our team was composed, how much people learned from you, how much kind of people had an open mind. Like we had such a spread. Like when we started playing, I was actually looking at Steam just to be like, how was our team's hours? And Claven had like, when we started the tournament, like even just when the teams were announced, I think Claven had like less than 10 hours in repo.
Oh,
Like I think now Claven's at like 20 hours or something. And you can see
nice.
in Steam, it's like whoever's, the last you can see like when someone has played. And I'm saying this not to call out Claven in any way. I'm saying it more as a like, it goes to show like it felt like it was way less important to have a ton of hours in repo between everybody, and more that like you were teaching people stuff, people were receptive, everybody was kind of listening. There was never any arguing. Like I don't think we ever argued about anything. I think it was just like, yep, I'll take this, you take that. Cool, sounds great. Awesome, I get it. No questions. Like, and I definitely, in watching VODs, definitely saw some like team, not conflict. That sounds like too strong of a word, but
Yeah.
definitely like just like people where it was like, oh, they haven't ever talked about this before, and now they're in a high pressure moment and they're stressing because they
It's a
each want to do
tournament.
something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all had our roles, and I'm glad y'all allowed me to like take charge of what items we need, which was nice.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like I feel like definitely I think I could have taken approach as a team captain to be like, I'm gonna dictate all the strategy. But it was like as soon as we started, you were like, I've got ideas, and it was like, great. Like if I had said like I don't want to hear anything, this is the plan, it was like what we would have been doomed from the beginning.
Also, like, I also did try to put your input too and listen. Like, there was a few times Karma or Calvin or someone needed health, but we had more important items. And there was also a time where, like, all right, let's all get another cart. And I'm like, all right, guys, executive decision. Do we want the cart or do we want the bat because we can kill more monsters with it? And I gave that, like, choice to y'all. And y'all were like, yeah, the bat. Let's kill some things.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like we were able to kind of think more as one mind just because we had spent time practicing. We kind of knew what worked. Where like, yeah, I feel like because we practiced a lot, honestly, compared to other teams.
Oh yeah,
we
compared
practiced
to other teams.
a lot.
Not to mention like the family emergency. I think it was from Wispy, right? They were all fine, and I don't think anything too bad happened, but I don't really know the details. Then we had another dropout, I think, thanks to electricity, and then another rage quit. Like a few teams had a bunch of problems. Like even with the Subbin, I think that Subbin was the one that rage quit, sadly. But I think Teff3n and his team was the one that had it, and they still carried on, and they were in second. That's still amazing.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Crazy. Like like again, I feel like we just really lucked out with like not only technical problems because definitely people were having bugs, but I feel like we did have one. We had Clavin disconnected, but it was like, all right, we're not gonna panic. We're just gonna like finish this level. We're gonna pause real quick, grab him back, just go.
Exactly.
Like, so it kind of, I don't know. I was like so happy with how it went.
Not to mention your stream dying twice.
Oh my God, yes, my stream died twice. It's just like could have been worse, could have been way worse, but I just feel like, yeah, because we had practiced, it was like, I don't need to panic. We'll be fine.
Cool. So any closing thoughts or comments on this whole thing?
I mean, apart from everything I've already mentioned, I just think I think it was such a fun way to experience Repo. I feel like, especially even since we've been in the tournament, since we did the tournament, I've watched other Repo streams and I see so many people, I mean, honestly, I play Repo half the time in like a meme way, even you, like, blowing people up, blowing up your teammates with grenades, chasing people around the map, being silly, doing dumb stuff. And that's fun. I love that. But it's also like, I was like, oh, this game actually, I can be like serious in this game and it also have fun. And like, there's a place for both. But I thought it was such a cool way to do Repo. I'm like so excited for a duo tournament or a solo tournament or whatever Coop has planned. So yeah, I know some people got kind of tired of Repo and are taking a break.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I had the complete opposite. I was like, all right, I'm going hard in Repo.
It reminds me.
I gotta keep getting better.
It honestly reminds me of Helldivers because the team killing in that game is just never not funny.
Right.
Like
exactly.
It's satirical, it's funny, it's fun. Definitely a fun time playing with you, Huck. Hopefully we'll get to play together a little bit more here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Absolutely.
That is really mostly what I wanted to interview you on, Team Captain.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, I had a great time. Can't wait to play some more. Yeah, you too.
Laters.
Bye.
Next up on the list is our very goated teammate, Karma Wolfe, or Wolf. Doesn't really... It matters a little bit how you pronounce it, but not really. And can I just say, I have made great friends with Karma even before the tournament, and even more so after. And when I tell you, she was one of the most just... I have no words. I just have a story instead. Small story about the morning of the Repo tournament. Come to find out, she had a little bit of food poisoning. she was not feeling good that morning. The morning of the tournament, she was not feeling good. But she tried to get through it all morning, and by the time the tournament came, she still competed. Can we just talk about how great that was? How determined she was to help us as a teammate and play in this fun tournament with us? Like, honestly, thank you, Karma. You're one of the main reasons we won. Thank you. Now I'm rambling on too much. On to the interview with Karma Wolfe. Karma Wolfe. Interchangeable. Alrighty, we have Karma here.
Hello!
We have a few questions for you, my amazing teammate.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let him rip, dude.
one of the things I wanted to ask you is, how did you end up finding out about the tournament?
Sir, Mask actually invited me to it. He asked if I wanted to join in a tournament, and I said, I'm down. So I signed up and got to be your teammate, thankfully.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned him. That's exactly how I joined the tournament.
Bruh, no, I'm pretty sure we were both in the same Discord at the same time, and he asked us both, and we just went over there and applied on it. And we were like, okay.
And then we won!
Yeah. Bruh, I'm still in shock about that. I can't wait. I think my trophy should be here today.
I should definitely check my mail. I haven't checked it in a bit.
Yeah, I know he sent them out like last week. So they should be here soon.
Yeah. What did you think of our team whenever we first got announced?
I was nervous at first, to be God honest. Like I knew you were there, so I was like, okay, at least I know somebody. And then getting to meet Huck and Claven was like I didn't know them at all, and we all clicked, and it was amazing. We had a phenomenal team, even though like I didn't practice a whole lot with you guys, and you guys literally freaking balls to the wall practiced and stuff.
I mean,
Our
hey, you still
team
put in time
pulled
on your
through.
own.
Yeah, a little bit here and there, but like it was still we were just a great team. We all clicked really well. We listened, we communicated, and we knew what our roles were. So we did a great job. Like it was a phenomenal thing. Like I'm really happy that was put together.
Me too. Like Huck and Claven. I never know how to pronounce his name, and I feel so bad.
I just call him Claven because it reminds me of Craven.
Yeah. But before the tournament ended, who do you think was going to win?
I honestly thought that Teff3n. I honestly thought Teff3n's team was going to win. It was a tie, and then it came out to be who got the most money at the end, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, which is insane. And like I've talked to Teff3n and stuff, and we've congratulated each other, just for working so hard and trying so hard, and made good friendships out of it. And it was a phenomenal run. Like we all worked really hard to try to get to first place. Like I was just having fun. I was just enjoying my time. You know me. You already know.
Yeah.
But we had a great time. I hope we can do another one. That would be great.
Oh yeah, I actually finished interviewing Teff3n today.
Yeah?
And he was
He's a
talking.
cool dude.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I was talking about his movement tech and all that, and he was like, "Yeah, I honestly feel like a lot of people were rooting for my team, but I feel like that makes it even better that y'all guys won," he said.
The underdogs, man.
Yeah.
Like we may have not been like the underdogs, but we weren't known. Like nobody really knew who we were.
Yep.
Cuz like I'm not a big streamer. Like I'm a little streamer. I'm just here to having fun. And
Yeah,
it was a great time. We
like
got to
in
do
the-
it again.
in the grand scheme of things, we're not here for a long time, but we're here for a good time.
Exactly. YOLO. I'm so old, man.
No, you're like 22, right?
Yeah, we'll say that. Let's do that.
But
Oh gosh.
I know
It
you.
was grand.
It was so fun. I know you practice a lot on your own, but during the tournament, I feel like while our communication was on point, I'm not sure I have really thought about and saw your POV of things. Like, what were you doing a lot during the tourney?
Trying not to die and gathering smaller items, and half the time being the cart bin. And when Claven wasn't, which was okay
Yeah.
because I enjoyed doing the cart.
Like, it was really, you were an integral part of the team, even though it felt like you're doing, I guess I want to say busy work, but it really wasn't busy work.
You know, the busy work is what keeps things going.
Yeah,
You know,
honestly.
you got to get the little things because the little things do, you know, rack up.
Yeah, like, I feel like our strategy was just so on point.
Yeah. Like, I feel like we almost kind of, like, we had a strategy and, like, we kind of dipped away from it a little bit because, like, we had to at certain points to get, like, the bigger items and stuff like that. It's, like, you and Huck had to dip out away from me and Claven and to grab, like, big items, and, like, me and him would then grab items and put them in the cart, and we'd all meet up again and fight monsters and do what we needed to do. Like, the beta is not easy. The monsters in the beta are rough.
Yeah, and especially that triple up scream we got. I'm so glad me and Huck were able to kill them.
Bruh. That was horrible. Dude, I got cornered by those guys. Like, all three of them were screaming at me, and just they ended up killing me. Yeah, I couldn't get away from them. They wouldn't back off. It was like one after the other after the other, and I was like, okay, I'm dead. I'm out. Whatever.
Yeah, they definitely made the upstream a little more annoying in the beta. Not
Dude,
gonna
no, the
lie.
upscream's bad. The gnomes are more vicious. The robe is faster. The clown is whatever, you know. I
Yeah.
feel like the trudge, I feel like he can see you through walls.
I kind of feel like they buffed the Reaper because sometimes in practice and playing recently, it's like I'll go behind a wall, I'll hide, and it'll still find me, and I'm like,
Yup.
how?
That happened to me yesterday. I was playing with Mask in them, and the robe got me through the wall. And I was like, what in the world just happened?
Honestly,
I was so upset because I had full health too.
that sucks.
And it just took me out. And I was like, you were on the other side of the wall. How could you see me? And it's because in the beta they don't have the full structure done. So it doesn't surprise me that, like, the head can see you in another room and then come after you, kind of thing. That's what the beta is. They're just building off of it.
You know, you might be right about that. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Well, the X is a game developer, so I've learned a little bit.
Nice, nice. What were other than the up scream just juggling you and killing you? What were some memorable moments?
On my favorite, I have to. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry so much for this. Is you getting yeeted off the edge? That I'm so sorry, but that is my favorite, absolute favorite thing that happened because I watched it and I was just like, "Are you really kidding? Seriously?" I was astonished, and then Huck just standing there like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry."
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be brought up at least 20 times throughout this video.
Bro, no, that is the most iconic clip of the year for Repo in our like
Little circle,
group
yeah.
of people that we play with. It is so funny. I actually have that saved on my computer at this point because it was hilarious. It makes me laugh every time. It's just you going, ah!
And then the
silence.
abrupt cut to it. Just
Yep, straight, just dead. It's like, and there goes Zora. Poor guy, you just got brought back. And you were even telling me to stand away, get away from the cart, stay away from the wall, or get up to the wall. And I did exactly what you told me, and you died.
Yeah, I was grabbing the indestructible drone, and then Huck grabbed it, but because he was at an angle, the cart moved to be in line with him. So it was like, oh, I'm in a pit now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Got 8 minutes to go.
Or towards the back
you
wall.
got your items in there. Oh yeah, throwing that in.
Yeah,
all right.
just be careful
I'll
not to
wait
fall
here for
off or get hit
them
by the money.
and make sure they're like good.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll roll.
That's basically what I'm saying.
I'll follow
Don't
you.
run in a general direction so you know where you're running.
Yeah. I don't like running out. Typically, anyways.
Let me catch the money bag just in case. Okay, we got it. You got your gun. It's in there. Indestructible drone's in there too.
Hi!
Are you guys beating each other up already? Are you guys beating each other up already?
I just killed, dude. I just killed Zora with the cart.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
It was the worst, and it was the last extraction too, wasn't it?
I think it was the second to last.
Okay, because I think we had 4 on that map.
Yeah, we did.
God, it was so that whole entire tournament was honestly a blast, and it took me probably a good week to get out of that mindset of like grabbing stuff, put it in the cart, move on, go, blah 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 blah, kind of like the tournament mindset. And even with Mask, it was taking him a while of not just hitting the button of the truck and going kind of thing.
He's like, wait, I
And I'm
can
just like-
take my time.
Yeah, I was like, Mask, we're not in tournament mode. Stop hitting the truck before we leave. Like, let everybody get their upgrades, bro. Chill.
Yeah, like after the tournament, I kind of feel like I did the opposite. I unlocked in and have died so many times to stupid stuff.
Oh my gosh, dude. We need to play again. We should all actually play Repo today. That would be fun.
Honestly, what were
Oh gosh.
what were some of the things you learned for practicing and playing in the tournament?
I got better at my dodging skills, bruh. Like my rolling or sliding under tables and stuff to like dodge things, and like learning how the different the different monsters act, and
Yeah.
like what triggers them and stuff like that, and like how to be sneaky around them and stuff. So definitely my tactics of survival got a lot better. Instead of just being like, oh my god, there's a monster, run away. It's like, okay, no, calm down, be quiet, it'll walk away, and then you can proceed.
Exactly.
Because like we're not in tournament mode anymore, but during then, like, yeah, you had to like kind of just get in, get out kind of thing. But even with that, dodging like the lasers and stuff has gotten a lot better, because you learn how like the clown acts and how he's actually shooting for your head, and if you duck at just the right time, you can miss him.
Yeah, if you
So-
duck too soon, he'll be like, wait, you're ducking. I'm gonna aim down.
Yeah, and he'll move down, but like you have to time it at just the right time. But from the tournament, I have definitely learned a lot more of like the survival tactics from the monsters and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can get kind of like really close to a lot of them, and they'll just be
Oh, yeah.
oblivious.
Oh, trust me, I want to touch their butts all the time. They'll walk past me, and I'm like, let me touch the butt.
Karma.
What do you think you're doing? Get back here! I said get back here now! Stop! You take one more move, mister. Don't you dare! If you put one fin on that boat, are you listening to me? Don't touch the boat.
Karma. She touched the butt.
But then I know that I'm like in a corner where they can reach me, and I'm like, no, don't do it.
It's like when you're walking in the store and you see all like the soil bags, and you're like, don't do it. But I want to
Don't
slap
do
'em.
it.
Don't do it.
Slap it. Slap them anyway.
Exactly.
Oh gosh.
It was
But yeah, though it was great. It was. I had a great time.
me too. Like, and the fact that we won, it was such like a close thing too.
Yeah, that was my very first ever tournament, like gaming tournament I've ever been in. I've done like sports tournaments when I was younger, but I've never been in any kind of gaming tournament ever. And then
Oh.
to win is really cool. Like, pretty freaking dope.
Honestly, it's the same for me. This is the first like gaming tournament I've ever been in, you know?
Yeah.
And to win the first one was like freaking great.
It's crazy, like, because I've, like, I don't know if anybody, like, I think I've told you, is, bro, I haven't played video games since, like, I want to say, like, the N64 Mario Kart and, like, Pokemon Snap and stuff like that. Like, that's how old school, like, gaming I used to be, is, like, all those old cartridge style games. I never played anything on the PC or anything, so going into like playing Repo and learning how everything works, and then starting all this and making friends with you guys, like it's different for me, and it's a lot of fun. Like I'm learning a lot just based from this tournament. So it's cool, dude. I've met some really cool people through this tournament.
Honestly, I feel the same. Like
Yeah.
Teff3n and Huck.
Dude, yeah, Teff3n's dope. He's a cool guy. Huck is amazing. Claven was really cool. I actually hope I can talk to him again at some point. But yeah, everybody's been freaking amazing, man. 10 out of 10 would recommend and would do again.
Same. What have you ever played Lethal Company?
No, I do want to. I want to play Lethal Company. I have not gotten into that one yet. The most recent one I think has been Content Warning I've gotten into, and the Headliners. So I think next will probably be Lethal Company. I just feel like that's kind of an outdated game compared to what everybody else has been playing lately.
It's definitely feels a little outdated, and like I believe Lethal was maybe like 1 to 2 people, whereas Repo has a whole little team.
Yeah.
So that definitely plays in a lot to it, because a lot of people are like, yeah, Repo has killed Lethal, or like Repo is the new Lethal Company game, because Lethal's still fun, but like
yeah. And there's even new games coming out that are very like similar to like Repo and Lethal Company. Like there's a new game called Scary Cargo coming out that is going to be quite similar, and it's supposedly very scary. Like the monsters in there are terrifying. So looking forward to that and playing with some friends, because it is a multiplayer game as well. And I think that would maybe make a really cool game when that comes out to do a tournament, because you can have up to, I think there's like 6 players on each team, or you can do like, whatever amount, just like Repo. So I think that would be another cool one for the next, like another tournament at some point for that kind of style game. Would be dope.
Yeah. For the monsters in Repo, which ones do you like hate the most?
That's a hard one, man. That's a hard one. I really don't like the robe. The robe really irritates me.
It's so silent.
She's sneaky, and then her scream just scares me whenever like I'm doing something and then it comes up behind me and you just hear that blood curdling scream. It's like, oh god, no. Ugh. And then immediate death.
Yeah. Like
my other one I really don't like is the baby.
Oh.
The Rugrat.
Yeah.
Like that just drives me nuts, especially after you just killed a monster and then it comes around the corner and grabs the orb and throws it at you. It's like, I just spent bullets killing that.
It's like, officer, no, I didn't drop this baby in self-defense. I drop-kicked it out of spite.
Exactly, dude. No, that Rugrat can freaking fall in a pit. Goodbye. Yeah, those are only the 2 that I really dislike. Other than if I had to go like a 3-2-1 kind of thing, my least favorite would be the robe, then it would be the baby, then it would be the upscream. I like the hidden, because the hidden takes you places that you're either missing things or it sometimes takes you to the truck.
Yeah, and the only problem with the hidden is like it's what's the word? Footpath tracking sometimes, because every once in a while I'd be like, I'm gonna grab you and then jump in a pit with you, and you're like, what could I do?
Yeah, it either wants to kill you or it wants to help you. There's only like 2 options, and it's a 50-50 option.
Exactly.
So I don't like though when it runs you straight into the clown.
Yeah, or anything for that matter. Like
yeah,
like a huntsman. It's like it hits you
like,
with the
just
huntsman.
Be quiet. Oh god. The huntsman I don't mind. I actually kind of think he's funny, because when he falls downstairs and he just lands on his face and you just hear the
Yeah, he's funny, but he's also, I feel like he's deadly accurate only with me. I'll die from it.
Bruh.
While running
the
or
beta
sliding.
with him is horrible.
And then everyone else,
so
he
fast.
misses.
Yeah. bro, the beta though with the huntsman, like he has like he like 360 no scopes you so quickly. Like it doesn't take time to like reload kind of action in
Yeah, they
the
definitely
vanilla
shortened
version.
that.
Yeah. Which is frustrating because then he'll shoot one and then he'll spin around and shoot the other person as you're trying to like quietly walk away. So
Yeah.
not the biggest fan of the huntsman in the beta.
At least they gave him like a sound cue, like he'll be humming and you won't just be as surprised, you know?
Yeah, I do like that. So
I
like
hope-
I know that they'll probably incorporate that and then slow him down a little bit once they incorporate it into the normal model.
Yeah.
But still, it is a little frustrating just to do that, especially through a tournament.
Honestly. And the big update the night before the tournament, basically too, with the cart cannons.
Right? We didn't even use them.
Yeah, I don't think anyone used them because the time and money constraints on actually having to use them is a big hindrance in this type of tournament. But still, it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, it updated, huh?
Yeah, I wish they would have added like a different kind of update. Like something like different items or maybe like another weapon instead of the cart cannon. Like that's cool and all, but it takes space in your cart.
Yeah, honestly. It's like that's where the money goes.
Exactly. Like if you had maybe 2 carts and then one's the cart cannon for a weapon and then the other one is for grabbing items, then understandable.
Yeah. And technically you can make kind of like a tank because people have already been using like the small cart in the big cart to make a race car. Just add the
I
cart
know.
cannon and you just have a tank. Which is funny that the developers even mentioned, yeah, we didn't realize you guys would do that. And it's like, you didn't?
You didn't think that somebody would do that? Really?
That's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah. Like we're going to build weapons. You give us the ability, we're going to figure it out.
Honestly. Yeah, for
Like,
me,
we're going to take out the trudge.
those things are powerful too.
Oh, I know.
For me, I think
Get
my
me
most
started.
hated monster is definitely the robe. Maybe
She's just annoying, man.
Honestly. Oh,
She's
right.
so fast.
I'm so glad I didn't get the glitch where it was invisible for me, because I've gotten that in practice with y'all.
I hate it. I'm glad that none of us got the head glitch either, because I guess there's a glitch with like the head where he'll like attach to somebody and just spin around their head.
I mean, that
Like,
wouldn't
and
be
he
the
won't attack 'em.
worst glitch.
Nah, but if you move, then he does get a hold of you, and it's like, what?
It's like, I'm just not gonna touch it. It's standing, it's fine. You guys
Go
go
to
do
the truck
stuff.
and sacrifice me.
Exactly.
It's either I die by the head or I die by explosion.
Exactly.
Oh, too good. Too good.
What did you think of the strategies we came up with?
Pretty good, actually. They were really good strategies. Like to have me as like the grabber of the little items and then holding like backup weaponry and stuff like that. Like pretty much using me as storage personally. You know, having Claven do the cart and grab items as well, and me and him grab like items together, and then you and Huck, you know, scouting and grabbing bigger items was extremely helpful. Especially because when you guys are scouting, you're pulling up all these items on the map that I can see, and then I can go, okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, grab and go.
Yeah, I tried to make sure to put a bit of brain power into that because I knew if I'm scouting out, I should see where all the items are, maybe throw a few. Granted, they'll lose a little bit of value, but it'll save a bit of time, you know?
Yeah, like I saw that some items were like stacked up all together, and I was like, cool, somebody's already been here, you know. And it also good indications were like if like cabinets and cupboards or anything was already open, I knew that you've already been in there.
Also to
Like, you
have
kinda
like...
put it-
Go ahead.
Like it was good, like kind of like arrowing of, hey, I've been in this room, here's the items already, grab, get them, and get to the next point kind of thing.
Exactly. The only one that was a little tricky to do with that was the art museum, but that also has like a bunch of great items in there.
Yeah, yeah. The art museum. I will say the art museum is my least favorite.
Really?
I didn't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, it's so
Spacious.
it's spacious and everything. I don't feel like there's enough accurate hiding spots. Like ones that you can actually like get away from the monsters and instead of them getting through the concrete blocks and stuff to get to you,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I definitely feel that, but it's also like the map's not finished yet, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah. That's, and that's the thing with the beta is, it's you get what you get for the time being.
Yep.
And you run with it.
It also helped a lot. I feel like that me and Huck were making sure the monsters were dead, so you really didn't have to deal with them most of the time.
Correct, yeah. I was gonna say we didn't have to deal with me and Claven didn't have to deal with a whole lot of monsters. I think the worst thing we dealt with was a clown at one point, and then the Reaper showed up, and then the gnomes. The gnomes are the worst. With getting like or keeping your money accurate or like keeping as much money as you can, the gnomes are just vicious because they're either coming after you or they're coming after your cart.
Honestly, I prefer when they're after me because I'm like, I can dodge these guys, I can kill them, but when they're after my loot, I'm like, no, get away.
Yeah, because they all gang up on it, and it's just like, ugh, it's frustrating. And then now that the gnomes like jump, you can't do the thing where you can pick up the cart if you have enough strength to pick up the cart and sit it on a table, because in the vanilla version you can do that. You can pick up the cart, sit it on a high surface, and the gnomes won't get to it because it's technically not on their radar to see it.
Huh. Interesting.
But with the beta, you can't lift up the cart. There's really no space to do that.
I feel like if you had enough strength, you could lift it up high enough to where they can't get it all, but yeah, that's definitely...
Yeah.
Can't just put it on a
But
table
then at that
anymore.
point, they come after you.
Interesting.
Yeah. The gnomes are annoying. I don't like them.
I don't think anyone likes any of the monsters, to be fair.
No. They're frustrating. I thought gnomes were supposed to be cute. No, these are evil.
It's funny you say that considering our team name.
I know. The
Gnome Buddies.
Dude, that was the best name ever.
I forget who I was talking to in the interviews, but someone was like, yeah, how did y'all come up with the name? And it's like, yeah, we kind of just fell into it. And I went to explain it, but then I didn't.
Yeah, it literally, like, our name was just kind of pulled out of thin air. Like, we
Yeah.
wanted it based off of the game, but also, like,
Us.
something funny.
Yeah. Like, I threw in a few suggestions whenever the topic of a name came up, and then somebody was like, we should base it around gnomes. I'm like, all right, I got a few in the chamber.
It was that, dude, it was funny. That was good. Our name was perfect.
Our team was perfect.
That too. Our team was pretty perfect. Like, to be kind of just randomized into a team, I will say our team it was great. We had
Honestly.
a phenomenal group of people.
It's funny, it was mostly randomized. I remember Coop saying like, yeah, I can't just put Zora with Teff3n or something because then that'd just be a wipe.
Yeah.
And like, fair.
That's not fair.
I am a little sweaty in the game when it came to the tournament.
Oh jeez. Like, I'm pretty sure that game I've spent more hours on Repo than I have any other game in the library right now.
Honestly. And
like, it's fun.
Clavin, right? He only had 10 hours before the tournament.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Wow, he was like new to the game.
Yeah, which is so great he did so well.
Yeah, he did phenomenal. Like I know that I died quite a bit and stuff, but you guys all carried the team really well. Like it was a great match with all of us, like all four of us being in a group together.
Yeah, definitely a team effort because if I were solo, I don't think there's no way I've made it that far with
Bro, I
that
can't
amount
even
of
make it
time.
past level 2 solo.
Oof.
I
I'm
suck.
not. You'll get better. You'll get better. It's just
Like, if I
solo
have
and
friends
team
and stuff,
play.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
I
this
just
is a
don't like
different
playing
story.
games alone.
I feel like that's a lot of people's thing nowadays. We all hit the point
Yeah.
where we're like, I love games. Playing solo sometimes I love, but like friends just make the experience 10 times better.
Yeah, like when it's supposed to be a multiplayer game and stuff, like where you can do it solo, cool, but like when it's supposed to be a multiplayer game, it's boring playing it solo. You know, Repo is just it's not fun playing it solo.
Me not trying not to look at my like saves at solo saves
Oh
at
my
13
goodness.
and stuff.
You're insane.
A little bit. But do you have any closing statements or thoughts as we end this little interview?
Oh, other than I'm glad that you were one of my teammates and you know, I'm happy that we got to do this experience all together and have a great time. It was great. And I want to congratulate everybody for spending the time and actually doing this tournament and trying your best. You know, that's all we can all do is do our best.
It's all we can ever ask for.
Exactly.
Then finally, last but not least, my teammate Clavin. He was probably the person I haven't talked to, or the person I've talked to the least so far, even after the tournament. But he is a really chill dude, and I hope to play with him more in the future. And honestly, he was probably the least experienced out of us, but he played his roles really well. He kept himself alive, and I'm proud. And I hear that it was his, Karma's, maybe Helko's, I'm not sure, first tournament. And we won, which was a great thing. A very fun thing. And I'm proud of all my teammates. So I'm here with my teammate Clavin, who, by the way, I just want to give you such praise for doing so well in the tournament. And I also hear that you only had like 10 hours in repo before playing in the tournament. Is that right?
Yeah, I had about 7.4 hours on repo. Maybe towards the 9. It was either 7 or 9, but it was something in that line. Yeah, it was under 10.
I'm giving you some praise there, Clavin. You did well.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I definitely was, I was just listening to you guys. I felt like I was so locked in that day. Just ready to roll.
So the first question I have for you was, how did you hear about the tournament? I'm guessing it was just like directly from Coop, kind of.
Well, actually, I heard about it from my friend Nobi, who was also in the tournament, who me and him and one of our other friends, Ray and Coop, have played Sea of Thieves in the past. It's kind of like, my buddy Ray and his brother have been friends with Coop for a long time. And then they introduced us and my buddy Nobi. And one day Nobi just hit me up and he was like, "Do you want to do a repo tournament?" And I'd been wanting to play the game. I was like, "Heck yeah!" And I like did not. I didn't even know what I was expecting. I was just like, "We're gonna play some repo, hang out with some people." You know what I mean? And then it turned into this whole thing. And it was definitely yeah. That's how I found out.
Nice, nice. So I don't know if you knew too many. Well, I guess not everyone knew about all the streams. I definitely didn't. I knew a few of them in the tournament. But who do you think was going to win, especially like after the teams were kind of announced?
Who I thought was gonna win? Let me go look at the pins again. I think I had. Since I didn't know a lot of the people, but from what I was hearing, I was like, Teff3n's team definitely sounded. I think Coop described them as like the underdogs. I think team number one, as well on the stream, he had described them to be a pretty formidable opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think yeah, I didn't really know anybody else. I was just like, yeah, looks like. And then obviously team two, supposed to be definitely some comedic relief. I think I heard it's a pretty funny team. I haven't watched all the VODs yet, but
Yeah, I think some VODs
I'm
are actually
sure
already
there's a lot
deleted
of
by now.
interactions. Oh man. But yeah, it was. I think I would say if I had to be honest, I would say probably team 1 or team 4.
Yeah.
I did not think that we were gonna win. I did not think that we were gonna win.
I also heard that like Teff3n was the big. He's probably gonna win because he seemed pretty locked in for the tournament, even though he had like a what's the word reputation of team killing a lot.
I see. I see.
But
Yeah, it was. It's funny. You know, I hear that we're getting on the team. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to do a little practice, and I didn't know what I was expecting. And then Nobi hit me up. He was on Teff3n's team, and he was like, "Yeah, I guess we're practicing every day." I was like, "Whoa, we're gonna get smoked. We're gonna get. I mean, they were crazy. Like
yeah, it was neck
both
and
our
neck with
teams were
us.
butting heads the entire time. It was definitely neck and neck, literally to the tiebreaker. So
Yeah.
they went hard.
So now that we've got like before the tournament happened and the teams kind of meeting and stuff,
Mhm.
how was actually meeting everybody on our team? Like, how was that experience for you?
It was fun. I was nervous because I don't meet a lot of new people. I've always been very not like shy, but I'm always just like,
Reserved.
I don't meet a lot of new people. I'm reserved. Yeah, well, so. It's like once you get to know me,
Yeah.
I'm explosive. I'm very much myself. But until then, I don't know. It just takes. I just need to get to know people to really know them. But then you have to go through the process of getting to know them.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit nervous at first, but then as soon as I joined and I heard Huck, he's like, "What's up, man?" And I can't remember if it was you or Karma or like one of you guys like, "What's up?" And I was just like, "All right, it's chill. It's chill. We're chill. These are some good people." That
Oh
was all
yeah.
I needed.
It was the end, man. Just like, hey everybody, let's get this done. Let's have some fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I really
Now,
do think Huck as well was a great leader. I think
oh
he
yeah,
really.
he
Oh, sorry, were you
was.
gonna ask that later? I'm skipping ahead.
No, you're good. You're
Probably.
good. Say what you want to say. That's part of the interview process. Saying what's on your mind.
I was gonna say, I think he was a great leader and a great. I feel like you really had us with the coordination, and I think he really had us with just like keeping the team together, and just being
Yeah.
such a vibe for us all to like kind of just keep going off, and it kept us chill and locked in. At least it kept me. I was like chill and locked in at the same time,
That's
just
really
because there was
good.
that vibe going.
Because if you're locked in and tense and just,
Yeah,
what's the word? Yeah, tense. Tense is the perfect word.
yeah,
Then,
yeah. Like playing Rainbow Six Siege ranked. Like I'm not gonna
yeah.
be. I'm not chill. I'm freaking. I'm shaking in my boots, right?
Yeah, or if you like break a dime, you're like, oh crud, we need that for evac, and you get stuck on that, then that just hinders you.
Yeah, there's no point in worrying about what we can't control. It's just like, just keep it chill, just do the best we can. I felt like, man, we got yeah, what, you go ahead. I'm talking. I'm talking to you. Next question, sir.
You don't have to feel that way, Clavin. Like, I want to hear your genuine thoughts. That's part of the interview process for me, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, dude. No, it was a ton of fun. I think we got like our second round. We're on that topic of tents, right?
Hmm.
Our second round, man. We that Headman Manor. That seed. That random generation was so bad. Do you remember that? Like we lost so much time going up into that upper area because we had to go all around that
Yeah, the
stuff. And I
stairs.
can't remember. We almost had a whole team wipe. Yeah, because it was upstairs and then through a bunch of tiny corridors and then back downstairs. It was just
Yeah, I remember hearing the roar. I'm
like I've
like,
never seen a
oh,
generation like that. But
someone died.
we still pulled out.
I think that was the same round. I'm
Yeah,
looking at my notes. It's the
yeah,
same round we had the 3 up screams on level 2.
yeah, yeah. I gotta find it. I have a screenshot somewhere of 6 or 7 ducks from that tournament. Like literally 6 or 7 ducks standing in one place.
Oh
Let
yeah,
me see.
I recorded my whole POV from the tournament, and that's what a good chunk of it I'm gonna be using for the video.
Oh hell yeah.
And let's just say there was like
Nice.
5 ducks on that level. I'm like, oh my god, why are there so many ducks?
Yeah, there's no reason for that. Hey, I'll take because the game works, the generation works off like it's like numbers, like a certain amount of meat, small
Yeah.
monsters, certain amount of meat, certain amount of entities or whatever.
I definitely didn't go into that because it wasn't really perfectly relevant because we knew generally how the spawn system worked and we didn't need to go into
Yeah,
specifics. But it can definitely spawn
absolutely. Yeah, we did
triple
not need to go
monsters
that
here and there, like the triple up screen we got.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let me scroll back in my notes to the question so we can continue. What did you think of?
Sure.
Because we definitely talked a lot of strats in our teams and our team Discord. What did you think of the strategies?
You know what, dude? They were chill. They were super chill because for a guy like me, you know what I mean? It's you can't throw me into the ring like a game like League of Legends, you know what I mean? My buddies have tried to get me on, like Nobi, for example, he's tried to get me on League of Legends. And there's you have so much like in order to play a character, in order to play the game, there's a certain strategy that you have to uphold to be a bearable teammate in that game. Whereas I feel like the strategies that you listed out and that we were working with were like so like they were so chill and they're very manageable and I truly believe that the way that we were playing with those strategies is why we won, is because we locked in on that. So it was like perfect in between like, yep, all we got to do is remember to do this stuff, right? Remember to do this stuff. Give Zora all of the strength, you know what I mean? Like occasionally like, make sure we all have a health upgrade. 2 of us go to the attic or two of us work on the attic, you know, stuff like that. Like so chill, manageable, and it won. It really was one of the reasons why we won.
That's interesting you say they're chill because I feel like, I don't know if anyone else feels like this, that they were pretty in-depth strategies for the game because you could tell I did my research on this game.
Yeah. No, you 100% did. I would say they are in depth. They're 100% in depth. I think by chill, I just mean more like I said, like for a guy like me, a complex strategy is something like maybe not a complex strategy, but something where it's like a specific combination that you have to do every
Yeah, just like
time
too
during
many
this situation. You have
combinations of
to do this.
things.
Exactly. Whereas these were like, they were definitely they were researched and they worked for us 100%. And I think that they were complex, but I think chill in the way that like I said, like I was locked in, but it was enough to be like still just chilling out and hanging out with you guys and locking in.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like hopping on a game of League of Legends and getting like commands barked at me. You know what I mean? Like I do this, do that, and go play mid and all these types of things. I keep coming back to League of Legends because I got bullied off that game by by people. So I've got a bit of a spite. I've got a bit of a spite.
Yeah, it's like, why aren't you
Yeah, you get the
doing
picture.
mid? Why aren't you attacking mid? Yeah, yeah, I can see.
Exactly.
We definitely had a chill
It's like you're playing
place to our gameplay because
Jace or you gotta do this.
yeah,
But yeah, it was chill.
like I remember the dispatcher role in the Discord.
Dispatcher. Yeah, is that the one who I can't remember. That's the one who like
I
goes up in front?
I was the main
Or is like kind
dispatcher,
of like okay,
and
yeah.
it was the way I like to think of it was obviously one I would dispatch monsters so y'all didn't have to deal with it.
True.
And most of the time that worked. Luckily, we outfitted you with guys with some grenades here and there, and you were able to defend yourselves most of the time, which was nice. I remember one instance, y'all guys were just taking on a trudge casually, and I'm like, oh, nice, y'all guys were taking care of that while I was taking care of this robe or something. And
Yeah.
the second thing I did as dispatcher was map manipulation, right? Because I don't remember if you were there, if I talked about it while we were practicing, or if I typed out in the Discord, but if you go too far in the map too soon, the monsters spawn earlier, right?
Yes.
And I think
I
that
do
was one
remember
of the
this. We talked
biggest
about
things that
this.
helped us.
Yeah. I would even say that a third one, you kind of like, I guess we were the ones who dispatched, but you dispatched us in the way that like, I don't know if I'm using that word right,
Yeah, you're
but
using it
like
right.
you sent us, yeah, like you dispatched us for the different roles that we needed at a time. Like, because for the most part, I was, I could be Cartman on a level or Karma's Cartman on a level.
Yeah.
And then you're like, Clavin, go to the room to the left. And that works so well for me because sometimes I need a little direction. You know what I mean? I can log in, I can have a goal, but sometimes it's like, okay, if somebody knows where I can be doing something better in this way, like dispatch me. And you were doing that. You were doing that the whole time. All of us like knew what we needed to do because you got that game sense. I mean, how many hours do you have on Repo, man?
You know what? Actually, as of now, let me check that. Let's see, because I have been playing quite a bit more after. Oh,
I
uh,
have it right here.
I have 135.9 hours as of the current date.
Oh man, yeah. Holy cow. Yeah, see, so you know what you was doing. So that's why we're all just like, yes, sir. I will be going to the left with the cart. And then it's also cool, like I could see all of our evolution over time as like we all started to work together more as a team.
Hmm.
I feel like there was more of all of us like giving each other different roles. I still feel like you were the main dispatcher, but almost at some points you like remember when you gave me the feather drone? I was
Hmm.
like, I hadn't even used the feather drone, and I went and we freaking got some huge items from that. And it was like, oh man, I have responsibility now with this, and it felt awesome, right? Even though like before I just didn't even know how to use it. But like I could tell that by that point were all building up that trust as teammates. And it's like, all right, he can take the Trent gun. He can take the feather drone. You're giving freaking Hugglecat like a nuke's worth of grenades, and it's like it's just we're all working together really well by that point. It was just great. It was great.
Yeah, Huck was definitely the number 2 dispatcher. He was like the main guy I'd give the extra
100%.
weapons to. But yeah, I remember I don't know if it was in practice or in the tournament. I feel like it was in practice where you're like, wait, how do I use this? And we were saying,
Yeah,
no, it
yeah.
might have been in the tournament. I think I remember that from rewatching the tournament and cataloging the huge events during the
I think it
rounds.
was. Yeah,
You're like, how do I use this? And we're like, yeah, scroll it away from yourself first, otherwise it attaches to you and uses a lot of charge.
yeah, yes, yeah. And you know what? You gave me that in-depth description, and I never did it wrong. That's all I
Hmm.
needed, dude. Like you showed me how to do it. Boom. I was hauling those big metal bowls around like you ain't no thing. That was good.
Do you were you there when the cart conundrum happened?
What was that? What was that?
Whenever Huck revived me and then immediately threw me in the pit after I grabbed the indestructible drone.
No, but that's awesome.
I'll have to send you that
No,
clip.
obviously was that during the
Yes, it was
was that
during the
during the tournament?
tournament. It was during the tournament.
That's awesome. That's so funny. And it just like immediate revive and then accidentally zoop.
Yeah, he hit me into the
That is
pit with the cart. I'm like, oh. Nope, I'm dead now.
oh with the car. Oh, I see. Yeah, there you go.
That's why we call it the cart conundrum.
That is I see. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll have to see that bot at some point or that clip.
Oh, I'm
That's good.
definitely gonna. I already made it into
I'm
a
excited to watch this vid.
video edit, and
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely have a lot of
Let me check this
voiceover
out.
work and editing ahead of me, but it'll be worth it. This is gonna be one hell of a video.
Hell yeah.
I also got a surprising amount of interviews. Like I got almost all the team captains. I got Coop. I got all my teammates now with you. It's
Seriously, that's awesome, dude.
yeah,
You got a lot of people.
yeah. Which, is gonna be fun for post-editing Zora here, but worth it.
Yeah, future you can deal with that though.
Yeah,
Right
it's future
now
me's
we're hanging
problem.
out. Yeah.
But
Man, I go ahead.
how does it feel to win the first gaming tournament you were ever in?
Dude, it feels awesome. It's fun. Dude, it's just so much fun. You know, I don't think I was expecting it, and I think that it was a lot more legit than I was expecting too. You know, like I feel like I said when Nobi first invited me, I was just like, oh, sweet, you know, Coop's holding the tournament, you know, like and hanging out with some people, playing Repo, you know, and then it was like, whoa, we got 5 teams, you know what I mean? We got 5 teams, all streamers, like it's super, super legit. And I think to have won that, it was awesome. I think if anything, I was just really happy with us as a team. I'm really happy with us as a team. I remember hyping us all up. We were all hyping each other up in the chat at the end. It was just great.
Yeah.
That was yeah. It felt good. It was fun. And I think now I'm just more motivated to participate in more events like that, if anything.
Maybe we'll see y'all and you in the duos tournament.
Yeah. Do you know if that's gonna be randomized teams? Have you talked to
I
Coop at all about that?
believe, and I'm like 95% sure on this, so you can probably take me at my word for this, but
Okay.
Coop said y'all can find a partner and then do duos that way, right? Whenever the time comes around, be
Nice.
like, hey, you wanna run this with me and stuff like that.
Yeah. Heck yeah. That is cool. I think that's gonna be fun. I might pull up for that. I will 100% be watching it if I'm not pulled up for it, but there's a good
Exactly.
chance I will pull up for it if there's space. I don't know how many teams he's going to be running, but
Probably a lot more
that
considering
could be
it's a
fun.
duos tournament.
Yeah.
But speaking of
I could definitely see that.
tournaments, I've already mentioned this in the beginning of the edits so far, but Twitch Rivals did a repo tournament. So many weird and different rules. Like it was way more complicated than the tournament we were
Twitch
in.
Rivals.
Yeah. Twitch Rivals did a repo tournament. And then I also saw somebody by the name of, where is it? RC Decat running a Repo Rush tournament, where it was a speedrunning tournament, a solo speedrunning tournament, which was interesting.
Oh, interesting.
So the Repo scene is kind of firing up with tournaments on Twitch, oddly enough.
It's all the timing. It's it's crazy. I mean, I know the game. I've watched a couple of the development videos on Steam and on the I think I can't remember what studio does Repo. It's
Probably something about Moose's, considering
Semiwork.
there's like, yeah, that's the one, Semiwork. I think they're in
Yes.
Canada or something.
Something. I just know that they talked a lot about how this was not what they anticipated, like this amount of
It's
popularity.
a Helldivers 2 situation all over again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh god, I love Helldivers 2. This new update's awesome. Have you
Honestly,
played it yet?
I have been fighting for Super Earth for so long.
Yes.
And we won.
Did we take it back?
Yes, we did.
Oh, the fucking weekend I'm camping, we take back Super Earth.
We definitely lost like 3 to 4 mega cities, but we did it.
And probably a couple million Helldivers.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
But
yeah.
Little off topic, it's fine. We can edit out the off topic stuffs. I
Yes,
think
of course. My apologies.
No, you're good.
But
it's more of a casual interview.
Yeah, my point there was we were talking about how this popularity is exploding with Repo, and I think it's super cool that we're hopping on that train. That Coop's hopping on that train.
Definitely loot and scoot genre type of game, like Lethal Company. It walks, so this game could run.
I could definitely see that. Dude. You're totally right. Loot and scoot.
I didn't coin the term. I think Coop kind of coined the term, but I'm gonna try and spread the term out with this video.
I love it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I played a lot of Lethal Company. I played more Lethal Company than than Repo, but I think I just got stuck somewhere where where Repo has not stuck me yet. You know what I mean? I've kind of come to a standstill with Lethal Company. Like if my buddies are hopping on, I'd still hop on, but
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think we'd even die. I think we'd probably just get to like round 7 and then just log off. Round 6 or 7, just go.
yeah. The skill ceiling is definitely interesting between the two games. But
Yeah.
in kind of closing, do you have any comments or thoughts you would like to share before we're done?
Yeah, I mean, just any last minute things like I've said this whole time, like love the team. I thought the tournament was I think I think it was a great idea. Had a lot of fun and it was so chill. I definitely did not feel any like anxiety or anything. As someone who, like I said, like I don't just don't, you know, I have like I have a group of friends and I love them and I hang out with them every day in Discord. And I just went camping with them for 2 days and got smashed in the woods. You know what I mean? Like absolutely shredded. And I love them, but I don't talk to a lot of new people online, at least. So it was cool to like get into a Discord server in a call. I've never seen more people in a call at once and just be like totally chilling. You know what I mean? Just like totally chilling. So it was super cool. Just great. Coop. Props to Coop. That's what it is. Props to Coop.
It's funny how
And
the
props to the
butterfly
Monarchs.
effect works.
It is. It's very funny.
Oh yeah.
I think
But
that's the butterfly effect, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But thank you, Clavin, for doing this interview with me. Hopefully we can play a little more in future here and there.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Be down. Yeah, I mean I'm finishing up school and then this summer, like if I'm on Repo, dude, and like you're trying to hop on, I'll see what I can do. I'd be down.
Heck yeah. I'm going to press the stop record button now. And that is pretty much the end of the video. Sadly, I couldn't get interviews from every single team captain or every single player. Otherwise, this video would be like 3 times longer, and it's already super long, as you can tell, if you've made it here. I also thank you very much if you made it here and listened to all the things, even if just in the background, or even any of my fellow participants. Thank you for watching this, and it was a pleasure and an honor playing against you all. For the rest of you, all out there in the interweb and space and whatnot, I hope you all enjoyed. And hopefully I can get the main part of the video out, because I have just been focusing on these interviews. I haven't actually put the main story of playing in the tournament edited at all. So these are going to come out out of order, as you can kind of tell from the interviews timeline here and there, maybe. But with that, I will bid all you fine lads and lassies adieu, and whether it's in this universe or the next, goodbye!